Hello, everybody, and welcome to Marquee Gaming tonight. Good to see everybody. Welcome in, and yeah, it's good to be here. Even though I am pretty brain dead today, it's just gonna be one of those days, I guess, one of those sessions. But it's okay. So let's see how this goes. Let's play D&D. We're gonna start off by having player introductions, as always. So we're gonna have Rachel start. Rachel, take it away.
Hi, I'm Rachel, also known as Pip. I'm also pretty brain dead. We spent the weekend at a camp trying to corral a bunch of middle schoolers and high schoolers around all weekend. So it was very good, but we are tired. That being said, though, we've mustered all our social energy. And so I'm here to tell you that I stream on Mondays and 30 CST. I stream art, and I have lots of stuff I'm working on. I'm working on stickers for 1K giveaway at some point. It'll be fun, so you can come hang out with me tomorrow. And also, I play Eleonora in this game. She is a level 6. I want to be 7. I think that's why I keep saying that. Level 6.
We're manifesting it.
I know. ASMR Warlock, and surprisingly alive. So that's fun for everyone. And I'm still in shock that that happened. And I'm pretty excited about that. The end.
Pretty. I forgot to change out your picture. I gotta do that. Well, Kelly is doing her introduction. So Kelly, go ahead, take it away.
Hi, I'm Kelly. Really fast before I say anything, I thought about how crazy, because Rachel, you were saying that you guys were driving around, or like you were crawling middle schoolers or whatever. I was thinking about how crazy that road trip we went on, was the fact that people drove us around for like 15 hours a day for a week, and we were like screeching middle schoolers. That's the most insane thing for like a whole week. Anyway.
We were high schoolers, I think, but yeah, we basically had a youth trip where, every day it was a road trip, and the youth leaders were like, "Where do you want to go?" And they just took us all over the country for a week. Yeah, they never did that trip again, and I think
as an adult, I'm why. I know. As an adult, that's an insane. Anyway, just had to mention that. I'm Kelly. I play Winnie, the level 6, hopefully level 7 soon, monk, and. Yeah, really excited to jump into a session where we're not trying to protect dead Eleonora. So, yay!
Yes, definitely. But our third player tonight is Ashley.
Oh, I'm Ashley. I also make art. It's Skulltober, the month of October. I do lots of skull art on Instagram. So if you want to see some of that, I'm trying to get a new one up maybe tomorrow. It's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm playing Euphemia. She's a human druid who has a lot to think about right now. There's a lot going on. So we'll see what happens. I'm curious to see what happens this session. So
Me too.
That's all I got. I know.
But our fourth and final player tonight is Mike.
Hello everyone, my name is Mike, also known as Bardic Dice. Yeah, not streaming at the moment, but also kind of a D&D post streamer. I don't know, I gotta come up with a new pitch. But you can catch me on YouTube and Twitch for past stuff. But we're 1/3 of the tavern, so you can see all of our stuff there. Yeah, I'm not tired. I'm actually really hyped to go. I've been playing Baldur's Gate and D&D all weekend, so like, yeah, let's do this. So yeah, I'm level 7. Oh, I mean, not level 7, level 6. Human artificer wizard, blade singer, and he's excited to keep focusing on his wizarding, like Harry Potter or something. And that's it. I'm done. It's gonna be a chaotic night.
Adjusting my timetables a little bit down the road. So, but yeah, you can go to the tavern, which is a link in the chat. It's the Discord that we have, and you can go ahead and post gifts during the session or hang out during the rest of the week and be part of the community that we share. And I don't know, there's lots of fun stuff going on. There's always fun things happening, so you can check that out and be a part of that. And I'm Mark. I'm the dungeon master who is tired and brain dead, but let's do this because there's no rest for the DM, right? So, why don't we get our intro going, and then... Oh, wait. I forgot, though, before the intro. Sepulcher is coming. The Sepulcher begins. Coming this week on the 12th, which is Saturday the 12th. We play the Sepulcher. Team number 1 begins the whole season, and it'll be at 7 PM CST this Saturday, so you can check that out. Basically what the Sepulcher is, if you don't know, it's a free-for-all, 4 players. They do their best to survive as long as possible with the rules I give them for the season. This season is going to be just called Defending the Valley, as we have a whole new rule set that we're doing, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see how it plays out. And I hope it will be fun and exciting for everybody. So you can show up this Saturday at 7 PM for the Sepulcher Team 1.
And I hope you guys bring it, because just like before, we're going to be the villains and take you guys down. We're number 1. We're going to stay number 1. So you better use your points to try and make it harder on us, because you can't take it.
Yep, you can use your channel points to affect the game. And it will have both Mike and Kelly this Saturday as well. So
Michael, please stop talking.
I think every time I play Sepulcher, my team's done pretty good. So
yeah, you heard it here.
Probably me. It probably was me.
So they're gonna set the bar early for see what everyone else to do.
I'm calling it. No one's gonna die.
Well,
whoa.
That's definitely
I don't
not
know
gonna be true. I have the finishers ready to go if it needs be. So, but yes, that's this Saturday, 7 PM. So hopefully you can join us for that, and use your channel points to do some fun, crazy things. But now, why don't we get our intro going so we can play tonight's session? So let's send it into that right now. We are back, everybody. Let's begin this evening's session with our recap, and I need to turn on all the channel point redemptions, so go and race for those. Good luck. Be the first one to redeem them for your players, your favorite players. Don't tell them they're your favorite player, because you might give other people a complex, but yeah.
I mean, Michael did get redeemed first, so...
ooh, look at that. So, recap though real quick in what happened. The party was in Rose Pond, and they met up with Edison there. Euphemia successfully withheld some force within her from potentially attacking him. And they were able to talk kind of about some things. They also met with the mayor of Rose Pond, who was a childhood friend of the girl who died there. years ago, and was able to provide a little more detail about that situation. But yeah, they got the information. Most of the party goes into town. Edison and Euphemia remain back at the graveyard with Eleanor's body. They have a little conversation, and he agrees that if she would like him to, he'd be willing to come with her to try to find a black rose and try and break the curse that is upon her. He then also secretly provides some extra coin to help pay for the remainder needed for Eleanor's resurrection. So the party does not know about that, just Euphemia does. But they...
Miraculously, dice rolls worked in her lying favor.
She's not a liar,
Yeah.
and somehow that worked so well.
Yep. And yeah, no one knew about it. They were able to bring Eleanor back to life that evening, and she returned to life, feeling once again rather tired and exhausted, but alive again. And that's why I had to switch out that art, because the crystal around her neck is no longer glowing. So, good news for that, for sure.
Rachel, you were worried about getting new art. You got new art anyway.
About what?
About dying, getting new art. You got new art anyway.
Oh yeah, I've been
Yes.
adjusting that pick a bunch in the last couple months.
Yes, that is true. Small changes, but yes.
Yes.
But yeah, then they teleported with Edison back to Heaven's Reach, and we ended the session with them outside the Watchlight headquarters. So that's where we're going to pick up after I get all these redemptions in. So we got Mike, we got Ashley, we got Rachel, and we got Kelly, all getting their advantage dice to start the session. You guys are so kind to them, giving them advantage dice
You're the
all the
best.
time.
I feel like we're gotten to the
best.
point now that we're so spoiled that if someone doesn't redeem, we'll be like,
What
"They
do
not
you
like us
mean?
anymore?"
We don't get one? What?
Where is it?
Yeah.
We're gonna be like Mona Lisa in Parks and Rec, like money, please.
Yeah. Money, please.
Advantage dice, please.
I deserve it.
These raise and lowers done. And then a chat blessing. Who's going to get the chat blessing to start the session? It is going to be Mike. Look at that. Everything's going
Ooh.
Mike's direction. Getting the first
'Cause
advantage.
we're number one in the sepulcher this weekend.
So there we go. Begin. Edison just kind of, I think he mentioned there was a place you could stay nearby that would be probably pretty safe.
Yes,
An inn or
he
something.
did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, he'll just kind of ask you guys, is there anything you need before I leave you?
I just look to the others. Edison, I suppose the only thing I would ask, since we're here now, how would you recommend trying to track down someone like Perceiver? Do you have any ideas?
Depends on if she wants to be found or not.
Like scrying contacts or something.
There are some higher level spells that probably could be of aid if you could get access to them. Otherwise, it is sending out word to see if people have heard of her or know where she is.
Just among your own contacts, or is there anyone I could check within certain cities, or is there like a system of that at all?
I think it depends partially on how visible you want to be.
It's very true.
So, it's up to you.
Any of you guys need to send letters or money? feel like we always forget to do that.
Well, I've done most of what we needed in the other timeline, so I'm not sure if there's anything here that's needed.
There is the bird letters as well.
The magical letters.
Yes.
Those can be sent from the
Oh.
post office to get in contact with somebody,
Oh, you're right. That could probably go anywhere.
presumably.
I mean, it will just go to a person.
As long as they want to be found, it should find them.
So if someone's wearing like anti-scry something, it wouldn't find them.
Potentially, if they are in a place that is inaccessible or
Ah.
undeterminable, then we would not reach them. But it is something you could attempt.
Just very good to know.
It is more expensive than just sending a regular letter, but you could always do it.
Very good to know. All right. Well, that's a good idea. If we are able to, then I might.
We need to do send your letters. I thought you had letters to send as well. Sometime.
I think I sent them already, didn't I?
In the other timeline, you did, I think.
Oh,
Like this is the one they kept on like. Yeah, I think it's.
that's okay. Yeah, I'll just write a quick. Am I doing it now, or can I do it later, or is it now?
I mean, it is
Okay.
nighttime. I don't. The post office is open.
Okay.
It is
yeah,
late,
Yeah. I can do
yeah.
it tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it tomorrow.
Can you go after?
Edison, when would you, I mean, I think the next day or two might be good to take care of business here, potentially. What are we thinking with that? Or should we just meet up tomorrow to discuss? I'm not really sure what the next step is.
Are you wanting to make a move for something? Or do you have a direction you would rather go? What is your next play?
I think there's supposed to be a brief visit at the temple, right? If possible.
If
Otherwise-
possible. I wasn't sure if we were. Yeah, I don't want it to be like too inconvenient or delay something if we're urgent about something.
We're here now. I don't see why we wouldn't do that.
Yeah, we
Certainly
can.
do
That'd
that.
be great.
I mean,
So-
Mhm.
if we think we know where the rose might be, I don't see why we wouldn't start there, unless there's something the rest of you think we should do first.
The Mountains
Nothing-
of Plenty would be the next direction you want to go?
I would
Yeah, I
assume,
think so.
yes.
Well,
I don't know what we need to do to prepare for something like that.
again, the dark will be an issue. No, I will have an issue there.
Oh, do you plan to journey with us?
I was thinking of coming with you. Yes.
Oh,
It's very exciting.
that would be lovely.
I have a spell for the dark. It will just depend how many spells we can use. How we want to ration that out.
That's not a ritual spell, is it? Okay.
Unfortunately, no.
Mark, I can't use my gun. Just close my eyes and put them on my shoulder, right?
Do owls have dark vision or low light vision? I don't know.
He has night vision.
I don't think there is a low light vision in 5e. I think that's Pathfinder, if I remember right. But
Oh, is it?
I think that is. I think that's a mix of rules. But
Yeah, dark vision.
He does.
so that could be an option. It would create a potential issue if there's like more precision things that have to get done, because it does kind of have different perspective of eyes that could play a
I
factor.
don't think Dab is the precision guy anyway, but
But
yeah. Fair
Just
enough.
something that
For sure.
to be aware of. But yes, it could be an option to try something like that and see what could happen.
Like duct tape Micah to like my forehead or something, and
Yeah, sure.
give him a little perch, you know. Just kidding. I'll put
The
him on
only, I mean, other than just some basic, making sure we have what we need for spells, I would maybe think a health potion or two would be a good idea if we can manage that.
And what about
We have 30 gold, so
Maybe one then.
I
what
gotta
was
bless.
also the concept of what are we doing with this flower when we try and exhume it or take it out?
If we use it right away, I don't see why we would try to take it out of there.
That would be
That's what
probably
I-
the best plan, is to attempt to use it immediately. So that there's no chance of it
And then-
losing its
I was
magic.
thinking we'd have to prepare it, but you're right. Okay.
And then get out, ideally.
So
is
I can.
there a spot in particular within the Mountains of Plenty where it's rumored to have been?
No,
Yeah, do you have a starting place? Oh,
it's a big mountain range too. So
yeah.
again, these pop up in pockets of complete darkness. That's where they sprout from. So it could be anywhere. But part of my hope with you, Euphemia, is your aptitude with nature. Is maybe you can figure out where we could be finding these. Perhaps even magic to lock in on a location.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you do that?
I mean, I can locate plants. I wonder if I can.
Oh,
I don't know if it's how far out you have to be from it, but mountain range is fairly
I
big.
just have to yeah, I just have to describe it. I don't have to have already seen it. So, 5 miles.
It's actually really good.
Gives us something.
Yeah.
5 miles won't cover a ton of the mountains, but does give us at least, if it's close, a direction.
Right.
Way better than eyesight, for sure.
We're blind guessing, I guess. It will be blind guessing until we hone in on something.
I can handle getting us to the mountains and back from the mountains.
yes, that is true. Or maybe even going to a different location if it seems that where we go for the first part is a dead end or something.
Yes, just remember I need to recharge my hat if it
Yes.
takes. Or if we find it quickly. Or we jump around a lot.
Yes. All right. Well, I would assume then a bit of preparation, then a day or two, that would give me the opportunity to rest so I'm not going in so weakened. I apologize that this keeps happening.
You're on probation for now, Eleonora,
Just-
but we'll review your file later and see if this continues.
All right.
I'm just glad you're here to come along.
I'm as well.
It is quite possible that I will not be free to leave, to get a leave of absence from my position until possibly the 4th or the 5th anyways.
Oh. Well, that is perfect then.
You should
We
have
can,
some time. I can have my hat recharged from the usages I've had today.
That will be, I think, adequate then. I look to the 3 and I go, if we even need to prepare a bit, it sounds like Heidi does have a few jobs. So,
Oh, okay, yeah.
earn money to get some potions and take care of some business might be good. Not right away, I would assume, because of, but even in the
Feel
next
better
day or
knowing.
two.
Yeah, we have something along. Especially if I'm using spells for the dark or anything else.
Yes.
Also, I kind of just feel bad we haven't really done a lot for Heidi, so this will be good to at least do something good. Maybe hopefully make her think a little better of us.
Yes. All right. Well, would you like me to check in every day or so, Edison? Or, I mean, you recommended an inn to us, so I think you'll know where we're staying unless we need to leave.
Yes. You are free to check in if you need to. I'll be around. I will do what I can to prepare and study as well. But let me know when you're ready to go. And what day you think you will be ready to leave. Again, the 4th, probably the earliest I could do it.
All right. That sounds good. So, mostly what we should probably focus on studying for is how to handle darkness, potentially. How to navigate caves. I mean, I would assume you don't know much of that as well, Edison, unless...
I do not.
Into mines. And probably creatures that live there, so we'd know maybe what to prepare for. What dangers we might run into.
The last I heard from my dad, it was just that there was a lot of dangerous creatures in there. Not anything specific, but if Watchlight has any reports, that might be useful.
It does depend on what part of the mountains we end up going to. Different things can be found in different places. So if you have a location you'd like to start, I can give you information from there.
Okay.
Do you have a thought, or do you want to think about it?
It definitely bodes some research, but I don't know why we wouldn't start with maybe Midrock or Edgeport. I think we should start with an entrance somewhere.
Is there any way we can research the last known found one? So at least we have some sort of centralized region.
And that is not documented.
Yeah, it didn't
It
seem like
is-
there was anything.
People seem to be somewhat secretive about finding such a rare item, or they're not even aware what they found.
Fair enough.
Mark, just from growing up in that area, would I know offhand, like, are there other entrances to the mountains that are, like, known other than mines? Like, are there just, like, natural caves?
You can give me a history
Or
roll.
is it... Okay. 15.
So, there definitely are multiple ways to access it besides just the mines. There are natural
Right.
caves that can be formed. I mean, animals or other creatures could create entrances as well. So there is certainly alternate ways to get in, and there is most likely people who've kind of gone excavating themselves too, and not really following a mined path. So it just depends on where you want to go, but you might find some other entrances as well.
So it could be possible even to find some research on people who have explored other areas of the mountains and found other entrances or vents or openings in the rock. That might be something we should look at.
That is a good idea. And the library is available to us here in this timeline, so
Here.
that is great.
I mean, we know for sure of one, I guess, which is your house, Eleanor, right?
On the other side, yes.
Yeah.
But-
So we know of one entrance.
Yes. Not one we probably want to visit at this current point in time.
Rock.
There's Midrock and Edgefort that both have mining, so there are entrances there, but if there's a natural or a unofficial opening somewhere
Way
that's
better chance.
likely, or
They're
even central.
pretty dark, pretty deep down if people are already mining there and don't have
Yeah.
records of this thing.
That's true.
Part of what I'm wondering, but also if they've been there, there also would be the use of light to excavate, so
Sure.
it could be
And-
either or, maybe.
Remember, the natural growing location is darkness. It's not like it
Yes.
exceeds in one spot and flourishes from that location. It's wherever
Right.
darkness is.
So
So unexplored
may-
parts of perhaps where,
we have to find an inn somewhere, but
of course.
if it's a natural cavern, I almost wonder if you'd be more likely to find something that someone hasn't gotten to yet.
Or locals that are protecting it, keeping it, safe.
Possibly. Unless, I mean, it seems like people don't go where this plant grows.
I mean, if they're local and not telling anybody of it, like a local druid or something, or hermit.
We'll definitely need to use some time to research while we're here, I think. At least get us somewhat of a handle.
Yes. I agree. All right. Well, I think we have the next few days cut out for us then. I'll check in to Edison, but let us know if you need anything or you find anything relevant, and we will do the same.
I'm just ready to get going. And I hope you all stick around for it.
We've been waiting a long time. Thank you.
Yes, I hope so as well.
We're not going to talk about anything. We're not going to think about anything.
Right.
We're just gonna be
Not going to
Just have some rest.
experiment very much. We're going to rest and plan for being here. Perfect.
All right. Well, good evening. He kind of tips his hat and starts walking off towards the entrance to the watchlight.
The mysterious Watchlight headquarters. Oh my
Yes.
God.
That we never got to see.
I want to see the inside so bad.
Can we
Come on,
see
James,
your
just to see the
office?
inside.
Yeah, would
just-
you for a second, please?
Or you just show up like in the rain, like it has like the detective thing where it's like
Yes!
she showed up and like you're like help me.
You have to have an evening gown on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with a trench coat over it.
Yes.
I'll just pull that out of my pack for sure.
Yeah.
I've got that in there for sure.
I had
She's always
only
had a
seen her
sparkly
an
evening
hour
dress.
beforehand, but the rain started falling as I heard her coming down the
Yeah,
hallway.
exactly. The transatlantic accent. Honestly, we didn't know you had a transatlantic accent. It's crazy.
It's not. It's my
Where'd
familiar.
it come from? Yeah. His
Say it,
narrating
doll.
voice,
Yeah.
his inner monologue has that.
Yeah.
All right.
Mark's like, don't make me talk in that voice.
Do it, Mark. We should hear it.
Do it.
Are
do
you
it.
ready to go somewhere?
We're going to the inn, right? Or do we
Yeah,
want to
it's
go to the
nighttime.
temple first? Well,
Actually, I was. How far away is the temple from where we are?
good call.
it's far.
Because.
It's like the other side of town.
Is it
It's
still?
it's not the other side of town. You could probably find one of the rail systems close by and get to it fairly quickly, but again, it is later at night, so it just depends on.
As
Right.
they discussed, they could bring up the option of staying at an inn near the temple, but they weren't sure as they wanted to get back to the cool Edison. I'm just saying we could stay at a tavern over there and just then come back over.
Well, security because of
Yeah,
Ah,
last
yes.
time the grave robbers got us over there,
Yes.
so I don't know that we'd stay.
That's sort of like why I thought here. Well, we can try here and then go in the morning if you'd like. Winifred?
Yeah, that's
All
fine.
right.
Because it's like decently late, right? If
Yeah,
it was
I mean,
already-
there was like a whole hour-long ritual you had to do
Yeah.
even, so
Yes.
it's
So
You're
it's
casting
decently late.
spells to lower the thing, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would
So.
just be hesitant to make that trip since last time that's where we got
Yeah.
in the night.
Yes.
Had you almost be a little less exhaustion too. That would be
Right.
helpful.
Yes. I am rather tired. I would like to go to bed. If we don't mind, but I'm grateful to just be here, so I'm willing to do whatever if we decide on something different.
I bet it is.
Yeah, let's go sleep.
All right.
Okay.
We should all keep watches though and stay in the same room.
Absolutely.
No chances this time. Don't want
Please.
to be careless at all.
all right. So you head to the inn that he mentioned. They do have a room big enough to fit 4, if you would like that.
We like stack 2 beds, like Eleanor's bed back here, and 2 beds like in front to like corner her in. So like you have to step over all.
We'll get through us to get to her.
Bed wall.
Bed
The-
wall.
The
Like
cost
Grave robbers with a mimic.
the cost of the room is 2 gold pieces for the 4-person
Oh.
room.
Okay.
It's so expensive these days. Although we're not flat broke, so I think that's great.
Yeah, I mean, I think Eleanor would be willing, at least for the first night, to pay for,
For the
it
first night.
for now.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since a room would probably be safer than like being out in the open and so.
Yeah.
All right. So you pay the 2 gold, you get your room, and you guys are in watches, you said?
Yes.
All right. Same order, like reverse, like guys' screen positions or the intro, or are you guys doing a different order today?
Oh, I can't.
Let's stick with
Same
normal.
Doesn't matter to me.
Order is fine, because then Eleonora gets more of her rest by the time
Yeah.
her watch comes up in the morning.
Because I can tell
Okay.
you guys are getting so annoyed for Daz a whole lot. So. You guys might want him to go first. So you guys
What?
can
You
go
can
next time. Come on.
Oh, okay. He can go first.
All right.
I'll go second.
I'm gonna do my safe camp thing over
Okay.
our room.
All right.
No chances.
You guys want
That
me
is a plus
do alarm
5
Yes.
to perception.
worth the risk of a mishap?
Yes, I think
Yes.
so.
I think so too.
As I'm doing my alarm cabling, I gotta take out my spell book and DM. I'm assuming most spells do light and magic. Does catapult light up the objects or have like a visual component? It's just somatic, but I wasn't sure if catapult would have light to it. It's the only spell I could think of that would be worth using.
Catapult will only like kind of pick up an object and throw it. It doesn't light the object.
Okay, so that could be a safe spell to use in the dark. It's not gonna like have light as part of the incantation.
There's not like, I mean, like lightning would create a light because it's lightning, or fire would
Yeah.
create light because it's fire. So catapult will not create light in itself.
Okay. I just want
If
to
you
try.
Oh,
throw-
I see what you're
It's a-
saying.
If you
it's a
throw
DM question, like, does the somatic have like light when you're casting the spell? If not,
I see.
that's what I was wondering.
I don't really necessarily picture casting to have to be like Doctor Strange kind of casting.
Yeah. Okay. Or Baldur's
so-
Gate 3, yeah.
So
Okay,
it's
cool.
it's not necessarily what I picture with it. So I'm gonna say should be good on that.
Cool. Then at least I have something to use ranged because everything else is for sure light. Okay. And then I'll do alarm as a ritual in the room.
All right. So you spend the time, make the alarm. You do not get a mishap.
Nice.
All right. So
And during his watch, if we're going right into it, or does anyone want to?
Yeah, nothing else. You guys gonna go to bed?
I would write in my notebook. Yeah, and just I don't know, like kind of check around the area and make sure no one's really paying attention to us and things like that.
Okay. General insight, I guess.
For anyone waiting to strike, sort of thing, or whatever.
Suspicious
16.
people.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of later, so there's not too many people that you see, and you don't notice anybody who seems to pay any particular attention to you outside of maybe what you're used to, but nothing that alarms you.
Cool.
I was kind of serious. I think Winnie would actually genuinely arrange the furniture in the room to make and put Eleanor's bed on the others, like, but not by any windows. Like, basically trying to make it fun, like, arrange everything to be in the safest spot to make it the most difficult for somebody to like sneak in. So
I would see you doing that, and I'll help you. Just so that it doesn't
she's
take
just
as
paranoid.
There is a
Yeah.
point that you guys hear a knock on your door.
I'll open it.
Hello.
The innkeeper, excuse me, people are saying they're hearing screeching sounds of furniture moving around. Are you okay?
Yes. Sorry.
We're fine. We're sorry. We will stop.
We're very peculiar about the draft with the window
Ah,
and how we sleep. Oh,
okay.
sorry.
Well, enjoy your stay. Just want to make sure everyone's okay.
I'm gonna look at Eleanor like, oh no, I caused too much attention. Is that? I think we're in danger now.
It's fine.
Yes, we
we're
must
fine.
abandon this inn. We cannot stay here tonight.
It
think
kind of
it's
feels like
alright.
that. Okay.
No, I think it's all right.
You and I can stay closest to the door.
Okay. Yeah.
You
It's just-
are all very sweet. I very much appreciate the thought.
But also, I mean, this has gone. Every time we're here, in some way, things go wrong. So I'm just trying to make sure we're
Fair.
being safe. You know.
Yes, I think that is wise. I think many times we have assumed we are right is when we do run into the most trouble. So being on guard is smart.
There's enough riding on us even being here that I don't think we can afford too many chances.
Yeah.
I agree
Plus,
with
poor
that.
Addison would just be waiting again, and that just seems mean at this
Yes.
point.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
All right. So, everyone going to bed?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Night, everyone.
Dab, you can do your watch thing.
Cool. As people are heading to bed, he's vamping out Micum, so it's just kind of like adjusting at first, like as everyone's falling asleep, like kind of a good positioning to like get close to center as possible, and then he's gonna take a couple minutes to get used to like closing his eyes and just focusing on using Micum, and then we'll see how long he gets away with this. He's going to then be sitting there and he'll cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
But he's going to be practicing trying to like grab a candle with Mage Hand through Micum's eyes. And then,
Oh,
like, lifting it and
training.
putting it onto the other side.
Okay.
That's
And
great, though.
he's probably missing a couple times and like making some noise, but
Hopefully you don't knock it over.
and then he's like
I
kind
feel
of like
like there's
balancing.
fire.
He's like trying to like walk across the room with like Micum's eyes and like stumbling.
With all the
and-
beds moved around.
Yeah, ow, ow, sorry.
So, Mage Hand lasts 1 minute. So you get a
Yeah.
minute of practice per cast. But-
He's only doing that once because then
okay.
it was just like to try out some coordination. He forgot about mishaps.
Sounds good. So, you do a little practice, no mishap on your first one at least.
Nice.
And
And then just physically trying to like grab a candlestick and move it and walk it to the other side and just getting his coordination down with it.
sounds good. Give me a
Checking the windows.
acrobatics check with disadvantage.
with a disadvantage.
Oh boy.
My blade sing.
You
It's
want to
like
start
trying
blade singing
to
while
do
everyone's
this-
trying to sleep?
Actually, with disadvantage. Dang. I was that's
It's like
actually
trying to
really
do this wearing a periscope or something. Like those
Yeah.
glasses that look weird.
good. My initial roll was good. 7.
7. All right. So you stub your toe like real good on one of your attempts and just have to hold in the silent scream situation.
Why dominate? Oh man.
So it's a little bit of a struggle. It's definitely something that you will probably need more time to adjust to feel comfortable with, but
Probably give up when the last time he gets his knee on the windowsill. And we'll work on this tomorrow. And just be looking outside.
that toe
and then-
might be broken, but you don't know.
Cool. Cool.
Oof.
And then if he gets through his watch, what he'll do is he'll ask Micah to kind of perch straight up on the roof and like looking around for anyone that's like assassinating coming up. To then like start hitting the window and waking us up.
All right. So you do your watch. Nothing really happens. Anybody else have anything else they want to do on their watches?
I don't think so.
Yeah, did you? Since you're next.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I would like to sit down and kind of update all of my case notes that I've been keeping. Just
Okay.
like jotting her thoughts down as she's like note taking and thinking about what we learned with Ramona and also bringing up Edgefort in the mines, like thinking about her dad a little bit. And just kind of processing that Edison wants to do this and risk everything, like take this risk again, even though he didn't really have to do that. So that's got her spin her wheels a little bit, I would say, during this watch. But she's gonna try and kind of focus on what we need to get done to get out of here, and making a list of like things to research and stuff.
Sounds good. Anything else from anybody else? Or we jump into Rachel?
We'll have time tomorrow. Like, if I want to write a letter to my family, we'll have time tomorrow, right? I thought because I'm going to be hanging out and stuff. Or should I just? I'll just do it now, just in case.
It's always better just to
I'll
do
try
it
to let
now.
Do it while you're
I guess
thinking of it.
Why am I even at? I say I've learned. I should have learned the lesson 15 million mishap things ago.
I was
That
just
you
about
do
to say, I
it
was
right
like,
when you
we
can.
always pushed it off.
We always, yeah. So no, I'm gonna put. I'll just put like a quick note and just be like, kind of up to him where I'm at. Be like, hope you guys are doing well. Just here in this, try to make it sound like I haven't been home here, but like here in the city, having a nice time, whatever. Just to make
With
it,
my friends.
with my friends.
I visit the temple later.
This is to your parents?
Yeah, be like, and I would let them know like I'm traveling around a lot, like not always available, but like hope you guys are doing well. While I'm in the city, I decided to like write you guys and all that stuff. So, yeah,
Okay.
just a quick note. Kind of glossing or pretending like everything's mostly fine, just to see.
I know. She's like, I've been kind of holding my focus in too, knowing like, oh, we're trying not to trigger anything. So she's like, I'm just gonna focus on what we need to get done.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right. And then we get to Eleonora's watch. Anything you want to do?
I mean, I think in the quiet she can finally kind of think through everything because it was such like a crazy day. So there's definitely like she has some thoughts rolling around in her head of like that she's alive, that the risk is mitigated significantly. But just like also I think that knowledge that she could like die is, just gives her a little more, I think, resolve in general with everything. She's thinking about Julian a lot, both timelines, and the first timeline hasn't heard from her in a while now, and second one she still doesn't know if she should talk to him or not, so she's just kind of thinking through that a little bit, I think, and yeah.
All right.
But gratitude kind of is a big theme of the night, I think.
That's good. So, as you're doing your watch, Eleonora, Euphemia, I need a wisdom saving throw from you, please.
Okay. Well, I have a reroll, so that's good. We're starting off
Mhm.
good. Oh, that's actually really good. 24.
24. Okay. So, as you are resting after your watch, you begin to have a little bit of a nightmare. You're familiar with these, they're regular occurrences.
Nightmare in the chat.
Boom. And you you sense kind of this presence around you. It's like you're in a room not too different than the room you're in right now. But you're in a room, and it's like things are like outside the windows and outside the doors trying to get in.
Okay.
And you kind of hear this like voice. It's kind of whispering through the cracks in the windows, or the cracks in the doors, like scratching claws or something on the wood, just being like, "You
Ugh.
won't get away. You'll never get away. You'll always be doomed." Those just kind of continue as like it just sounds like this room you're in is surrounded.
Can I go to the windows? Can I see anything? Like,
There's nothing really
Okay.
visible. It's just like dark and
Dark.
swirly outside, but it's you just sense these things and hear these sounds on the outside.
interesting. Okay. Well, this is very troubling for sure. Like, feeling a little paranoid, like someone's always watching. But I think after the conversation that we just had and like knowing that we're trying to get this done, there's a part of her that like just kind of like grits her teeth and like sits there and tries to not like almost covers her ears for a while and tries not to listen to it. Yeah.
All right. You get a blessing.
I don't even think she'll engage. Hey, me?
Yes, you.
Like I just unlocked an achievement or something.
Kind of, yeah.
Timing.
But
Yeah,
Dawn
I feel like I
comes?
would like curl up, yeah, and like just try and wait it out,
Mhm.
I suppose.
Yeah, dawn comes for you all, and you all wake up feeling refreshed.
Kelly somehow evades yet another nightmare.
It's so good.
Every time. Every time.
Met -3. I think,
-3.
yes.
There you go.
Yes.
I'm in backup.
All right. What are you guys' plans
Got
for the day?
bruises all over his shins this morning.
Oh dear. I thought I did hear some bumping.
You just see Mike I'm like, yeah, I'm working on it. You know, kind of the monk accuracy and dexterity. And he tries to like stand up on one foot and doesn't do it well. I'm still working on it.
Through Micum.
Yeah. And he's like staring off, like at an angle not really directly at you.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, I was thinking like that way I don't have to have dark vision. Michael,
Oh,
stand straight, not sideways. Okay, there you go. I'll work on it.
See what we can do. It's a good start, I think. Did all of you have an okay night?
Yes.
Yeah, did you?
These are killing me.
I think it knows. Like, I think it's listening.
I mean,
Why?
you weren't affected this time, right? Not that I'm aware of.
I think that attachment or something. Maybe it can hear.
It knows you're trying to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's what it
What
seemed like.
what was the dream specifically, if you don't mind repeating it?
It was trying to get in the room. Something in the dark. And it said it won't be able to break away or be free from it. It was a
Interesting.
threat.
But also, if it had felt the need to come here and say that, then I feel like maybe we're on the right track, because if it really didn't matter and you could never break it, then why not go
Would it say
finding
anything?
Yeah,
Mhm.
why not go find a flower that it doesn't care if we waste our it clearly it doesn't care if we waste our time. We've done decent amount of it. So like it wants us to, it doesn't want us to go get a flower. So I think that's a good sign.
I just think we need to be careful then. If it knows, we may run into some trouble.
Yes. Well, we could. The first thing we do today, we could go to the Dalmine Temple and ask for prayers as well for the night, and at least that
seemed
safeguards
worth
us
last
for
time.
one night. Yes, it did help. And then we can do all the rest of the research from there. Does that seem all right?
I think so. I should spend a day at some point making a health potion soon, if we have the funds to do it.
Yeah, we might. Maybe we should stop by and see if Heidi has a quick job for us to be able to do. Because it is expensive to stay in a more secure part of the city. So by tomorrow we won't have enough to buy. What?
I'm sure some gold will fall out of the sky for us. I mean, we're.
Well, it
blessed
would
by
be
the gold
lovely, but
gods.
I also don't want to assume either.
And it was
You know,
also
already.
maybe a rose pond thing, it seemed. I don't know.
It could be.
I don't know if it works here like that. Do any of you still have one left? I can't remember if we used all of them.
I think there is one left.
Is there one? I just would feel better going with a
Thought
couple
Winnie
because
had it, but
I think I have one. I don't think I used it.
because she was one that could get around very easily.
Yeah, I still have it, I think. So
Okay. If we could do at least one, I mean, two would be better, but at least one more, I would feel a little better.
Yes, there's two things too, and this largely depends. They are side things for the moment, because the rose I think is the most important. But finding a way to contact Perceiva at some point in this timeline would be preferred. I didn't even think about using a bird to do it. I don't know if she's in trouble, but
she'd want to well, how does it work if they want to be found, right? Or if they're like okay with being found?
If
it'd
there's
be
they can be reached in.
yes.
Oh.
Basically, that's why it made it to Odrar. But when I was dead in this
Right.
timeline, it
It
didn't
didn't.
go anywhere.
Right.
Also, we gotta be
I think-
careful about. We have a theory that if two of us work on things at the same time, it might bounce us back.
Yes, if we do something that taps us into ancient magic. So my intention, I doubt Perceiva's anywhere near where I can meet her. My intention would be to align things so that it will be easy to make contact with her in some way in the future. So
Maybe
not trying to
next time.
activate anything, yes, at the
Yeah.
current time.
What about because I was kind of thinking too. I'm not gonna experiment anything, but if I ended up praying to Domine and asking her intention on alcohol, do you think that'd be too direct as well?
No, I think that's all right.
Taking guidance may be wise before you do anything else.
Yes, I quite agree.
That's why I want to do it. I just didn't want to. I haven't been trying to think on Ackroll as much because I know you had that theory. So
Sure. Well, I think directly doing something with your eye seems to
An
be more of
experiment.
a. Yes, it seems to be a direct
Yeah.
way to maybe something happening, but sort of edging around it seems to not, from what we have seen so far.
At
Fair.
least
So-
as far as we know.
I just want to get on with this and make some progress, at least in one of our endeavors. So I didn't even want to risk anything.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm also trying to pronunciate and project more. So I apologize if I've been under the weather a little bit this morning. You know, just waking up. So
The other thing, if we happen to have, or if something is reasonably priced, I would like to, you know how we bought a small just token for Edison to show our appreciation? I would hope to maybe buy something small for Death as well, as he helped us greatly, and buying something here in a second timeline seems a bit of like a oddity that might be appreciated.
Might intrigue him.
Yes. Obviously nothing more than a gold or two. That's not my intention in any way. Just, again, while we're here. And if we don't have enough money, that's all right. But just something to keep in mind.
we're gonna go to that really cool magic shop.
We could go there. I was thinking even like a
They-
nice pen or something. You know.
They don't
maybe-
have the inventory here that they used to. Remember, we've been.
Yeah,
At
but
the
they'd
magic
have
shop
something like a
later.
gold trinket or something. I would assume.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
might, yes.
See what they have left.
Well, even like a nice pen for his desk or something. Can you engrave things, Davril? You could engrave his name or something.
Please.
You have made lovely things in the past, but I did not know the range of your skills. So
I don't think one would call one an amateur jeweler hobbyist if he couldn't engrave a few things.
yes,
It looks like all written on.
it looks so bad.
Like a
Child handwriting.
Smiley
Yeah.
face
Depends
at
on
the end.
your setup and
The
whatnot,
E is
but
backward.
Oh no.
Rooted.
Oh no, it looks
That's
too much
good.
like Karis did it. He's gonna be sad now.
Oh, he's like, this is beautiful. We're like, oh, that worked. Okay.
Really? Oh, I'm glad you like it.
I was trying to do it through Micom's eyes. I was just trying to get deeper into one stone.
All right. Well, do we want to go to the Dalmine Temple first then? I know
Yeah.
you've been waiting very patiently for it.
Thanks.
And perhaps we could all try and find some guidance there with what we are dealing with. So. All right.
Let's go.
Okay. So you set out from this inn here, and you can ride the rail system, or you can walk. Which one would you prefer?
How far is it walking? Because now I'm like traumatized by the train.
I mean, it might be like an hour or so to get there.
I
Maybe
don't know. We're
two,
not hungry, right?
probably between 1 to 2 hours to walk. Get there.
How tired is Eleanor still? That would be.
Eleanor is
Yeah,
pretty
that's
tired. I
fair.
think she would want to take
Yeah.
the train, to be honest.
Okay, we can take the train.
That would be
that's
her
fine.
concern. Unless I'm just gonna be a horse in Heaven's Reach.
Super
Sounds good.
small little detail, but this whole time, Dav hasn't like really been standing near Eleonora. He usually is like standing near one of the other two, and now like this was one of the few days he's like sit next to you on the subway or something. It's like nothing more than that, but just something like little,
Aww,
just showing some progress.
Warming up.
good.
She's alright, I guess.
Kelly, you got a blessed too. I don't know if you saw that in the chat, but you got a blessed.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So you get on, you start riding over towards the Dalmine Temple. And again, this is on the more garden side of the city, the garden district. So you definitely begin to see more plant life as you enter into the side. And a lot more trees and flowers decorating things. And it's less about city, more about nature as you head this way.
Definitely staring out the window the whole way. The second there's more plants. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your nose pressed up against it.
I mean, it's not super long because like the Dalmany Temple's like right on the edge of this basically, so you're just kind of like just entering in. But you begin to see that as you enter in, and you see the temple.
So excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're able to walk over to it. And again, it's very nice. It is surrounded by a bit of garden itself, and it does have some sort of like some kind of like whimsical looking plants that you see around it.
Winnie's got some pep in her step, and she's like excited to jazzed to go in. So,
Aw, she's been waiting for so long.
Oh.
and it's just never worked out. So it's like, oh, we're
I was
finally
waiting
here.
for something to happen on the train right here. I was like, I'm not gonna count.
Yeah,
The train blows up.
That would be so sad.
And the train explodes.
Are those dragons with bombs in the cages flying towards the train? That's crazy.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah, what would you like to do when you get there?
I think I'll like look at Winnie and I'll be like, all right, well, don't be afraid to ask what you need. And this one is your lead, my dear. But we can be your backup however you need.
Yeah, we can. I'm looking around everywhere. I just kind of like say it absently.
I guess I was excited just to get here. I didn't really think about what I do when I was actually here. What are you supposed to do at temples? I mean, I prayed last time, but what? Do I just
stop thinking about it? Just do it.
Well, I think there's a couple
all the
options.
random things pop in my head, like jump up and down, or so then it's like too many things in my head, and I can't.
I mean, to be fair,
those seem really pointless.
She was jumping up and around when I saw her, if that was really her. So
in his dream,
she's just jumping a little. She's just a little jump. I don't think that helped. I probably should
like it.
Okay.
Well, Winifred, I think there's a few options. You could pray here, because I think the presence here is a bit stronger, potentially.
Okay.
Dedicated space. You could talk to a cleric here, because you wanted to find out more about how to become someone that can use Dalmany's magic. So it might be good to hear from someone that follows her of how to do it, or.
Okay. I think I'll pray first just to get my bearings, and then I'll see from there. I'm a little overwhelmed, but it's okay.
Sure.
You got this.
I mean,
and she'll find like a. Okay, sorry. I think I'll find a spot that I just I think she'll just find a spot that she like feels like is most. Like the prettiest spot. I don't know. I'm like I'm trying to find
most Dalmany spot.
Yeah, I'm like again, like letting it like I don't know.
There's like a gazebo out with some vines that are kind of intertwined into it as it kind of gets covered up by a lot of this.
Okay.
And sit there, be peaceful and quiet.
Okay. I guess she'll start praying and just see like kind of like not really necessarily say anything, but just be like see if we like feel a connection or like feel like I don't know. And then I guess kind of just feel it out, I think, kind of first before I like say anything specific. So
sure. Give me a charisma check.
Her worst trait. I'm gonna use my bless.
Okay.
16.
16.
Don't know if that's high enough.
So you kind of sit there for a little while and focus in. While she's doing that, what are the rest of you doing?
I was waiting for other people to go first. No, I went.
I think everyone is.
I have a thing then if you're waiting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cat. I'm gonna go run around in the garden a little bit.
Okay.
I knew it.
I'm just like exploring everything. She's trying to take her mind off of everything else that's been going on, like actively going, I'm not gonna I'm really gonna try really hard not to be bothered by this. So, also somewhat hoping that I run into any kind of like pixies or fae or something, like I saw in Northport, because that was pretty magical. So.
All right. That's good. Anything else?
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna cat and
Okay.
run off.
All right. Yep. I could have called that one. Mike, just go have fun keeping an eye on her and just having him like overwatch and just trying to see if he can keep track of
Leaving in
Capfemia.
the underbrush.
I think we need to have a perception check from Micum, a stealth check from Capemia.
18.
16.
Okay, Micum can keep track of Capemia.
Blinks every so often. Nice. Hey, do you think they're having any issues like clerics in Rose Bondor?
It sounds like it is everywhere if you're talking about resurrection. And it is
Yeah.
not well known, so we're not supposed to speak of it.
Well, not to tell them who we heard it from, but yeah. Just, I think it'd be really cool if Winnie can be the way to bring it back for him. Kind of like you, in a way. Like an anchor for him.
When he feels the pressure from over there, she just
Yeah.
We
whisper like 3 feet behind you.
Yeah, Winnie will
She's
be the
doing so
chosen
good,
one.
though.
sweating
But
immediately.
only if she prays well enough and rolls high enough on her charisma. I really need to use my blessing soon. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go and say hi myself.
Sure.
Are you doing anything? Do you want to join?
I will take a stroll, I think. Unless you would like me there, I can be.
When you're done with your stroll, come find me. I want to show you something.
Of course.
Show you what my brother taught me. Which he's
Wow.
already said this and shown you before the plate thing, but he just doesn't remember.
All right. So, she's kind of graciously like, sounds good, plays along, and yeah, she'll just go on a stroll, just kind of admiring everything, and I don't know. I don't really know if she wants to necessarily pray herself, although maybe she will offer up a prayer to Dalmanet to be like, my companion Winifred would very much like to form a connection with you, essentially. But that's it.
All right.
If I see you on the path, I'll pop out for a second and then run back in.
Oh, all right. The head, like.
You have to give some slow blinks. Be like, so is she. She knows that you're a friend.
Right. So, as you guys are kind of walking around or doing your prayers or whatever, when you're sitting quietly, just in prayer, what are you saying in this?
I think she probably is just like concentrating on the feeling of like, if this is like, I've tried magic, I've tried lots of things like a bunch of times, and it's just never really like, I've tried to study magic, I just couldn't like replicate whatever. Like if this is like right, or if like, we do have, if there's like a connection here, like let me know. But she doesn't also, she's like, I don't want to like force you if you don't want to. Like if you don't want to be my friend, that's okay, type of thing. But also I'd really like it. And so she's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like a conversation, kind of an anxious conversation, I think, but also one that's like hopeful as well.
Sure. As you sit there and you kind of hear this like hum of wings, this
Okay.
rapid wing humming sound, and you open your eyes, and there's a small little bluish greenish colored dragonfly that's landed on your knee.
Oh, dragonfly or dragon?
Dragonfly.
Oh, okay. I will be like, and kind of like look at the color closer to make sure I'm not like hallucinating. Does it just hang out there? I think I would just let it hang out there as long as it wanted. Just kind of be like,
Stops,
okay.
hangs out there for a moment.
I think she'd want to go talk to a cleric at that point, but she wouldn't move until the dragonfly moved, or if it seemed like it was like she'd try and maybe like put it on her finger if it was like moving with her, I guess. If it was just sitting there, if it's like on her leg or something, she's just gonna like sit there.
Give me an animal handling check.
Ruh-roh. Do I have any help with animal handling? Okay, +1. I'm gonna. No, it's fine. 11.
Okay. You're kind of bringing your finger down a little close to it, and it just flies off.
Okay. Oh. And she's gonna then get up and like, kind of like go over one of the clerics who seems not very busy and see if they want to, like, kind of just like wait there, kind of awkwardly on the side, and then when they seem not busy, be like, kind of shuffle over.
Sure. So there is a female cleric you can find. She smiles as she sees you approach. She's human. Hello, can I help you?
Hi. My name's Winnie. What's your name?
Ardenia.
Nice to meet you, Ardenia. I don't really know how to say this or approach this, but I think I kind of have a connection with Domine, and I'd like to maybe be able to like talk to her or like have a connection with her and like do spells and stuff with her power. I don't know how to do that though. Can you help me with that? Is that something I can just like sign up for, or I don't know how this works?
You're feeling drawn to follow Delmine?
Yes.
Do you know much about her?
I think just what I've read in some books, some like kind of preliminary information, but it mostly just like the general things, I suppose. Dreams and all that stuff.
Yes. Dreams, whimsy, luck, imagination, all of those things.
Okay. Yes. That all sounds very nice.
Well, if this is something that you'd be interested in pursuing, I could show you first steps you could take towards becoming a follower of hers.
Yes, that'd be very nice.
All right, well, come with me. I can show you.
I'll like motion to one of them just so people see me that like if I'm they can't find me, and I'll just be like, just like point like kind of whoever I make eye contact.
I'm doing it. I'm talking to a person.
They're letting me like, be part of the
You're
club.
actually calling security to arrest you right now. You just don't know it.
They show me out the door and they.
You
so
see her
mean.
brush away the dragonfly? How dare she?
How dare she?
I feel like I would probably be in the area when he is anyway, keeping an eye out. So I feel like I probably saw that and just kind of give her a nod. I'll probably see where they're going to just to make sure I'm just keeping an eye on things.
Okay. So she kind of takes you a little closer to the main building, but there's a bench there that she will have you sit on. She'll go inside for a moment, come back with a book. And she just starts to go over some of the basics. She tells you, you're aware the gods aren't currently able to be communicated, but we're able to still use their powers.
Yes.
Do believe that new connections are possible, and people can begin their connection to a deity. So, she begins to kind of walk you through sort of the basics of who Dalmine is. A lot of things you've heard before. You see some like imagery that they have of like artwork depicting her in this book that she's flipping through. And she asks you, what about Dalmanet is the reason why you would want to follow her?
I think it seems, well, I've been interested in dreams for quite a while, and like I think it's, I don't know, I find that very fascinating. And also just she kind of seems a little bit like me, maybe, because I like imagination and whimsy, things like that. So I don't know. I think she seems like someone who I'd like to talk to and who I could trust.
And what would you do with her power?
I'd help my friends, I think, a lot more. And hopefully everyone else, or help us hopefully yeah, stay healthy and do the things we want to do. Try not to reveal too much. I'm about to say more, but like, yep, that's just things we want to do.
She kind of like looks at you. I mean, I sense you're holding some things back here.
I think the stakes are just higher than what I think my abilities can handle right now, and I think anything I can do to help would be good. So,
What do you mean by stakes?
well, with the gods not being really available, and some of my friends seem to have like curses and things on them and stuff like that. So it's I just want to make sure I can help keep everyone safe. There's just a lot of things happening that could hurt us, I guess, or other people we meet. You know.
Can you give me a persuasion roll?
Yes. I have a reroll. Okay. Oh, thank God. I don't think I have any boost for persuasion, do I? Nope. 18.
Okay. Well, I do believe you are genuine Winifred. I do believe that what you are saying is coming from a good heart. Coming from somebody who does care for your friends and the people around you. So, I'm going to give you something that you can make a commitment to Dalmanet at a point where you feel ready to.
Okay.
And from there, you can likely begin to grow in some of your powers. There are some basics that are listed on this paper that I'll give you of some abilities that you will be able to start to use sometime after your commitment is made.
Cool. Thank you.
It may not be immediate, but it's something that should begin to grow after your commitment is made. Find a good opportunity and a time to do it.
Okay.
Whenever you feel like it.
Okay. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it.
Of course. And if you seek to learn more beyond basics, I can be available to help train you.
Thank you. Wait, sorry, Mark. How do you spell her name? I don't want to make sure I spelled it right.
Ardenia. It's Ardenia.
Okay. Just making sure it wasn't something weird. Okay, thank you.
I like that name, by the way.
Me too. It's cute.
Cool.
Cool. She'll take like the sorry, what did she give me? It's a piece of paper.
It's like a piece of paper.
Okay.
It looks somewhat like nicely put together. It's got some nice like border on it of just these intertwining kind of shimmery green, blue, and purple lines around the border, creating it like really nicely. And on the back, it has like first level spells and cantrips, basically, like listed out.
Cool. Yeah, she'll take it. Well, first before wipes her sweaty hands on her pants and then takes the paper, and then we'll yeah, kind of nervously just like thank her again and kind of look it over, I guess.
It does usually help to try to do it at night sometime.
Okay.
Whenever you
Good to know.
feel is best, feel like you could focus.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thanks. And she'll probably go over to like a quiet area and just like read through it and kind of process what just happened.
All right. So basically, it's like almost like a prayer written out of commitment to Dalmine, and like it's like almost like a
Okay.
sort of like an oath, but like not paladin oath type of oath, but it's just like
Mhm.
I'm committing to your service, and it's like listing out like vows almost, whatever, just
Mhm.
promises you're committing to that you will be held to the standard of it. There's like that understanding that this is some like a standard you will be held to if you decide to follow this path, and if you do not follow through on it, it will be taken away.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
I think she'll go fine. Like after a minute, she'll like find the rest of the group, and just be like, are they all together? Or are we all scattered? I don't know where everyone is.
Eleonora is near you because she was keeping an eye on
Okay.
you. But I think Euphemia is a cat somewhere in a
That's right,
bush.
that's my friend, Phoebe. I know
and
she's
then-
cat Phoebe.
I don't know where Dav is.
Actually, Dav
If-
technically is probably not far off because in my mind I had him going up near the temple and lighting one of those like incense like candles, and he was finding like a small little patch of grass that was like out of people's way, and he was taking out his rapier and doing like the blade dancing. It was almost like a prayer. And he would cast bless because he was trying to focus on asking Dalmine to bless Winnie during her
That's
interaction.
nice.
You're gonna cast a spell, okay?
I always forget about Mishaps. I'm so used to having to be like narrative. But yes, he was casting bless in this moment to connect to the divine part of things.
All right.
So hopefully nothing happened.
No mishap.
He turns into a statue. He's just a statue.
Y'all never
Like,
see Dav
oh,
again.
When did we get that decoration?
Where did he go? I don't know.
Um, but he would
I
have
would say
been
God.
praying at this point too, of just like, you know, asking her for any sort of direction on Acheral as well as part of his prayers.
Then Euphemia, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's at least a fair bit of time that she is actively running from her problems for a little while. But I do think she's not gonna like stay far from the group for long. She'll still kind of like be hiding, like lurking off in the plants, but she's gonna kind of be near enough that she can at least see where Eleonora is. And eventually, when it seems like everybody is talking, she'll come back out.
Back to adulting.
She'll appear. Still as a cat, but she'll appear at a point here.
Yeah, there's a couple pixies that even like kind of show up, and like one like lands on your back for a moment and then flies off. They seem a little playful as they're kind of fluttering around,
Yeah.
almost like they're hiding from you as well.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm definitely distracted with those for a little while. I'll come back to reality begrudgingly. Still a cat
Pixie
though.
hide and seek for a couple
Yes,
minutes.
Definitely at least a few minutes of that. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Right. Dav, charisma check.
We'll do the green one for Dalmine. All right, charisma. Oh, I don't know why I thought I had more of a charisma than I did. 19.
I was wondering why you're so excited.
All the other characters have more charisma than him, and he's so cool. Anyway,
Sounds good. But yeah, you catch up with Winnie, Eleanor, and the others are able to join whenever.
I'll kind of like do the piece of paper and be like, they said I can talk to her tonight, I think, and see if I can like connect with her. So
Oh.
I'm
So
nervous,
it's
but
like
hopefully it'll work soon.
instructions of it.
Kind of, yeah. It's like to make sure I can like promise to, you know, use your powers wisely type of thing, you know. Still, I think
That
it's a little
makes
different
sense.
than what like,
Amazing.
you know, you have, I guess. I think. But
Yes.
yeah.
But that is very good. And you talked to her all on your own.
Oh yeah. I did.
I'm very proud of you.
Thanks. I kind of am too.
I thought I'd have to coax you a few more times, so did it all. You took initiative. I think that means that you know what you want.
And it helps. We've been waiting for this for a while, and it's it's like kept getting delayed. So I almost want to just make sure I'm taking the opportunity now that I have it, I guess. So
Yes.
that's
I
one
think
thing
that's
that
really
I guess I've learned
reasonable.
from all this moving around we've done is that yeah, I guess decisiveness and action are important to an
Yes.
extent.
Yes.
Oof.
Must take opportunities as they come immediately instead of delaying.
Yeah.
Well, good.
So yeah,
Very good.
Try this. She said to wait until nighttime, so I think I'll wait until tonight and see that. So yeah.
It seems to still align with what you want and everything
Yeah.
she told you.
Yes, I'd say even more so, somewhat. Yeah, I feel good about it.
Good. Well, then I feel good too.
Thanks
glad.
for stopping. I appreciate everyone taking the time.
I'm glad we could come in a timeline where we're not actively being hunted down.
Yes, me too.
Take
Or
your
this
time.
place isn't, I don't know. It's nice to see. It's nice to see the city looking good. So
Yes.
in general, but
Good. I think Davril said he wanted to show me something, so
oh,
sorry. I didn't realize you were hopping
Oh, that's
in.
okay. I was just gonna say I'm going to bump against Winnie's leg, and then I'll walk off and turn back into a person.
Alright. And Rach, you got a bless.
Thanks!
did you have fun, Euphemia?
This place is always it's so nice. I like it here.
It is nice. I like this place.
I think it's great that you're gonna work with her. That's really exciting.
I'm hopeful that yeah, it'll help with especially our upcoming quest.
Anything we can do for an advantage is probably good. It's wise
Agreed.
of you.
Oh, did Kelly? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you froze for a second, but you're good.
Sorry,
no.
I was trying to look at something. I forgot about something until just now. But that'll happen later in terms of future stuff. But cool, yeah. I think I'm good. I guess I'm good to go if you guys are. So if everyone is ready to go, then she's good.
Unless you were gonna roleplay anything new, Dav, I'm assuming you just show him the same thing you showed him before. Was there anything different?
Oh yeah.
So, and it doesn't have to be anything big roleplay scene or anything, but kind of like those small little details that you've noticed like changing. This time it's not like the one he has been showing off is like his gauntlet, and it's like a different form of like based on the Kindra's blade singing, but it's like more with his gauntlets and fists. This time you see it's fully a blade, and the blade is like a rapier, and he's strung a blue ribbon on the end of it, and it's a lot more graceful of a dance. And you can see with the blessed magic that there's like a blue and green aura like around his hands, like when he's casting that. So this seems to be a little bit more of what you would assume to be his brother's version of the blade singing than his own.
Oh.
He'll kind of like put his sword away, and then we see him probably wipe a tear at some point, and then catch up to you guys. Everything went all right?
Went really well.
Really well, good, bad, yeah.
Yeah, good. I think
All right.
anxious to have it. Yeah, whenever you guys are ready, we can I guess, go to Heidi, start researching where we headed after this? I forgot.
We could see at least the options for Heidi's potentially.
Might be good.
That works for me.
Let me look at the map again. And the market is
Through our path, I think. The Heidi's.
Yes, market would be before
Oh,
Heidi's.
okay.
We'd go
Okay.
through, so we could stop on our way if we wanted. We can also, at some point, let Edison know we're still here, since we haven't done that yet.
Very true. I have a book cover anyway, so I can probably just pull it out and let him know we're here still.
Just do that real quick. Okay. I'll just say for the update.
Perfect. All right. Yes, maybe we can see if there's anything short we can do for Heidi. Maybe in the later part of the week when I'm feeling a bit better, and we could maybe prepare in the meantime with research after. Does that sound all right?
I think that's fine.
All right. Perfect.
So you guys leave. the temple.
We would want to do a blessing too.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
I have some silver still.
I might
What's
have
half of a gold? 50
5.
silver?
5 silver.
5 silver? Oh, okay.
I might have a couple silver. Look at that. I have 2.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do it, or I can put in 2 as well.
I can give the 2 that I have.
I'm fully
think I have
matching
some
up with you
too.
guys.
Oh, I have some. Yeah, I'll put 2 in as well.
Okay. So you guys send your offerings in for 5 total. You said.
I think so.
I only have 2, but
Well, I said 2. It says 6, I think, because you said,
Okay, so
or
6.
you said 1, Rachel.
I'll
Yeah.
add 1, so
Okay,
we
so
do
5
5
total.
total. Yeah.
I'll give them all my memories. I'm just kidding.
All right. Sounds good.
again,
It's just his
All
thing
of
every time.
every single one this time.
All my memories of Winnie now.
Oh no.
Oof.
Wait, no!
Oh no. Oh dear.
All
Who's
right.
this little one following us around?
So the cleric you find will offer up prayers. So Eleanor, highs or lows?
Highs.
Okay.
I want to call exact numbers.
Winnie, highs or lows?
No.
Lows.
Okay. Pemia, highs or lows? Is it low?
Mhm.
Okay. And Dav, highs or lows?
17.
17 exactly. Okay.
Oh my gosh!
It's gonna be uber.
If it's anything
blessed,
less
like
than
it's
16, I
ever.
don't want it.
All right.
I'm basically asking for a nat 20, but with any other number.
Basically.
Yeah.
All right. That's good.
A nat 20 with even less odds.
Yeah.
So much less.
I rolled that 20s at a higher odds than every other
Right.
number on the die.
Than normal.
Okay.
Than normal.
yeah.
DMs
Yeah,
too.
good
I
point.
just love doing these. I roll my
Yeah.
own die, and it's whatever my own die is. So it's the chance of us both rolling the same number.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, you guys do that and start heading towards the market, but we're going to take a break there before we get to the
Cool.
market. So stick around, everybody. We'll be back here shortly. Hopefully the audio is a little better mixed from the people who were saying it was not as good. So just let me know if it's better over the break. But we'll be back shortly, and we will see you all soon. We are back, friends, from a break and ready to dig into our second half here as the party begins to leave the Dalmane Temple in Heaven's Reach and start heading towards the market. So we're gonna pick up with them taking the trail, the tram, the rails, whatever you want to call it, to the next location on the journey. You guys take it away. So,
please don't make me DM like that I have to. Thank you.
you guys do travel. It doesn't take too long from where you are. You're not too far. Probably about the same distance. So from the Watchlight. But
I would definitely be watching though to see if again just anyone's following us or anything's
Same.
happening.
Same.
Yeah.
sure. You
Little
guys can get
paranoid still.
perception checks if you'd like.
Can I try and look around with Michael on my shoulder as I'm walking and get used to looking around?
Oh boy.
Okay, you can do that, but then you gotta give me a disadvantage acrobatics check as well.
So good.
Ripping everywhere.
24 for perception. Or I'm sorry, 21. 21. Sorry, I can't count.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Okay.
You got a 3. I'm gonna use my bless because I have it. That gives me a 19.
Okay.
It's a 4 acrobatics.
All right.
Michael, we'll work on this later.
Dev, highs or lows?
Lows for hitting a shin again.
Okay. You are walking around, keeping an eye out, and you step right into like a storm grate that's on one of the grounds, and you almost feel like your ankle could have been messed up a little bit with that, but you are able to save it just in time to not have a pretty severe twist in your ankle walking around today.
Yeah, this is not gonna be. This might not be a viable option.
Yeah,
Be
maybe-
careful.
Oh dear.
This might be
Figure
better if we just
something
lead
out.
you. One of us just leads
Yeah.
you, you know?
Yeah, I'm
see.
pretty sure that's gonna have to be part of it. But yeah, I don't know. You guys are always like alert and looking around. I thought I might give it a try. What'd you guys see?
Kelly, get a bless.
Yay!
Wow.
Yeah, do we see anything or is it safe?
They don't notice anything that seems to stand out to you.
I don't see anything.
Seems fine.
Good.
All right, you make it to the
What
market.
did we- Yeah. What was our first stop here? Do you have a letter, Winnie?
Yeah. I can step at the post office. I'll just run in there really fast and mail the letter.
Okay.
I will ask the lady at the bank. Do you guys have any like stickers or anything? Like not stamps, but like stickers, like
No.
to pay for. Oh, okay. Anyway, she have a little drawing, just like a I don't know. She had a little drawing on the envelope, just to like I don't know, just to be
Spice it
nice.
up.
Okay. Yeah.
Wishes it was a sticker, but it's not. And she'll mail it
All
and
right.
then run back out.
So you send a letter to your parents? Okay. What else are you guys doing here?
I would be looking for like a not expensive like trinket essentially that might seem up Death's alley. Her first thought would be like a nice fountain pen or a paperweight. I don't know, just something like bookends. Something that's not gonna break the bank though.
And I Heart Heavens reads T-shirt.
Yeah.
Souvenir shirt. something.
Souvenir.
Timeline 2
Something-
t-shirt.
It's Timeline 2
Yeah.
t-shirts. Just something like classy that would go well like in his office, but unfortunately a book is like freaking expensive, so I can't get him a book. So
Okay.
Get a pic. I'll draw him a picture of a book.
we drew this in Timeline 2.
Here you go.
So you begin to look around for something. Anything you're saying?
Mark also looks around for something.
Look up the price of something. But yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mark, I sent you a message too. I wasn't sure if I needed to purchase these things.
Yes. Yes, that is a yes for materials like that, yes.
Maybe looking around while they're doing that to see how much that would cost.
Okay. Sounds good. Why don't you both give me an investigation roll then, as you look around?
What is happening tonight?
Can someone help me?
I can help you. I'll see you
I was like,
looking and help you.
I'll use my bless.
Go
So
for it.
I.
Thanks.
Mike's using his bless as well. Wow, all the blesses.
14.
19.
All right.
To be fair, I got like 3 blesses after I got the first one. I should have been using this a long time ago, but
Yes.
haven't had any rolls. The
So,
acrobatics, I guess.
As you're kind of looking around and trying to be cost conscious, Eleonora, you do find a kind of like secondhand store that's there, and there's a close to new bottle of some nice ink that's in a very nice little container that you can purchase for the low cost of 6 gold pieces.
I knew he was gonna be
Ooh.
expensive. Okay.
But it looks like it's very, very nice, fine little place to use an ink pen. And yes, that's what you find. If you're interested.
Do I find actual pen somewhere?
There are some like so pens that are 2 copper each, but they're not like fancy. Not here.
Mm-hmm.
Need to thank for all the life-saving abilities, but this is all I can afford.
Here's like a pack of those big like.
Here's my
big
macaroni
pens.
necklace for you, but I owe you next Christmas.
Oh my
Are
gosh.
you gonna continue to look
That's
for
what we
anything
get.
else?
I would want to keep looking. Yeah.
Let's get him a coupon book. Like one hug.
What if we make him a coupon?
A coffee
That's
date
even
with
better.
Yes.
Seashells.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So you find a nice like red packet of sealing wax that you can use for 5 silver.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, a god definitely has to have his own like wax seal, right?
I don't know. Is there anything else, Mark, that I find?
Translation mark, do better.
Mark.
You find
We just
a
scraped the
tent
bottom
for
of the
2
barrel.
gold. No.
Get him a 10.
You continue to scour around, and there's like a fancy looking bell for a gold piece.
Okay.
It's like a secondhand store, so it's not like the most amazing stuff here. But like fancy
Yeah.
things that are standing out to you.
Okay. That's true. Give it for death, like the bell tolls. You can ring it when
Yes.
someone dies.
Exactly.
Make it like you can make it your thing. Like that'll be your
Guys,
thing. It's like
you're gonna
the
use
bell.
it, right? Every time.
That would actually be really cool.
So the
What?
bells.
Why
are
don't you
gold.
tell me what price range are you looking to spend, Rachel?
Hey, Eleanor, I have an idea. It might be a little cheaper than buying something. What about maybe getting maybe a little nicer material? I could make them a Horde
A
Hunter
pin.
badge.
Yeah.
I don't know how sentimental you think he is.
And that's the thing. I'm
Alright.
trying
Or
to
you can
decide how
change it.
attached he is. What?
Or an E pin for Eleanor. Or a D pin for death. Or
Yes, I don't want to make him a pin that says my initial on it. I think.
Or like, you know, a hand or something.
Yes. Yes, something more themed to him. I wanted something for him, not having to do with us, if that makes sense.
Like a skull. Like
Yes.
some bones.
Mark, I think 2 gold, 2 or 3 gold was probably what I wanted to spend. Just like
Okay. Well,
for
then,
now.
as you kind of scour around for different pieces of material for your project, as you're looking around, there's some fairly nice ones that you feel like you can repurpose and kind of use as needed. Little scraps here and there, matching the description of what you've asked for, including the one that you just mentioned for death. All in total, we'll say 1 gold, 3 silver for all the material for that.
It's not bad. Eleanor, do we have enough for a gold and like 3 silver to spare?
Oh, to make
Little project.
w-
Maybe not now. I could do it later. It's just
Here,
something to think about.
I did find this in my pack when I was looking at for Dalmonate. I have a gold that I think Eleanor gave me at one point.
Oh.
But you could have.
You guys don't mind. Otherwise, I could wait. It's not that
Project.
important. I know we're strapped. So
I know, it's so hot. Davril, could you make, if you can make a pin, could you make something like, if I bought the sealing wax and then made him like a custom seal or something, would that be something you could do?
yeah, I'd probably say so.
So that could be
Hmm.
an option, I think.
Maybe Winnie could design something. I could carve it based on your instructions.
I can design it, I think.
Or
Sorry, Winifred. If Davril is making it, I would like to have a hand in it at some point.
Instead of like
Would you-
commissioning it, I guess.
Well, how about this actually, Winifred? Why don't we both collaborate on it? Would you like to
that's
do
kind
that?
of what I meant, but okay.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
That's what I was alluding to.
Mike, you get another bless.
Whoa!
I feel so blessed tonight.
All right, I think that's
I'm
think that's
giving you
fine.
the
then.
gold for this.
So, Mark, would that still entail both projects, or would it be still a little bit more to get the seal and wax?
So the sealing wax is 5 silver still. So that would go up to 1 silver or 1 gold, 8 silver.
And then enough materials to make the like something to press the wax, like a design.
So to make a design,
So I would assume he has like spare stuff, but nothing like actual materials to make. He probably has like garnish materials that were left over from other projects.
so to full on make like a seal, why don't we put that up to, with negotiation of prices, I'm guessing, just say 2 gold.
Okay.
So what, 3 gold total then? 3 gold, 8
Or
silver
2
for
gold
everything?
total.
Be 2
2
gold.
gold total.
Total, okay. I wasn't
Mhm.
sure if you were saying 2 gold just for that.
I just gave you the one that I found.
So I can just give the other then.
Yeah.
Perfect.
A little bit of bartering happens, and they agree on a price of 2 gold for all that stuff. Since you're buying a decent amount of things.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you for being creative with me. I think we can all make it from us. I think that's a very good idea. Better than finding something, I think.
Thank you for including us.
Of course. She almost,
Do you think he's
honestly, you
sentimental?
probably get the idea that, like, she almost like is not used to needing to be creative. Like
Mhm.
she's used to just buying the nicest
Buying it.
custom thing. So like
The
she almost is like
convenience.
stumbling through a little bit of like, what do I do like with
I
this?
just
But
get him a tie
Oh.
every Christmas. It was very
Yeah.
easy. It was the finest materials from
it would have
Midrock.
been like monogrammed, like something, something so
Hanky.
fancy. Yeah, or
Like a
like
pin included, like
Yes,
Yeah.
cufflinks,
A monogram
and
drill
The
everything.
tool
brush.
set every year.
Yeah.
It's very standard.
Yeah.
Gift card to the craft
Um,
store for his alchemy. I mean, I don't know what it is.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, you were saying something before I explained that. Sorry.
Oh, I was just asking, do you think he's sentimental? Like, do you think he'd like the homemade gift type of thing?
I guess we'll find out.
You were the only
I-
one that saw his office, right? He never brought us into his office.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
He
Yeah,
has a
right.
fair amount of trinkets in his office.
What if he wore it every day?
A wax seal. I mean, it would be an interesting design choice.
Like, I don't know. What if he like had like a little necklace or something of it? Or what if he? Oh, wait, we did. I'm sorry. Did you do like the actual?
We did the
like,
seal.
just, like, a
We
little-
did the seal
no,
as
no,
a
no, no, no,
wax.
no. What about suit cuffs?
Yeah.
Cufflinks. I
Like
mean,
a little red gem and just like a suit cuff.
made
I
out of
mean, wear
wax.
it all. Well, I mean, we might have to spend more gold, but
I mean, if you
I
want
can
real
make
gems,
that
that's going to be a
cut.
little more expensive.
Yeah.
okay,
not
down the
with
road, down the road, down the
Definitely
road.
go up
Yeah.
in price to get gems.
I'm just thinking cufflinks for death. I mean, I think he'd like that.
I mean, could he make cufflinks for like instead of making a wax thing? Or is that like the same?
So material-wise, it was meant to be for
Depends on what you-
pins and a seal. It's gonna be a little hard to
Okay.
repurpose that just all of a sudden on a whim to
Yeah.
cufflinks.
Very
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't know how
listen.
crafting works, so
You- like at this
Has to
point,
be
you'd
what's
have to. It
possible.
would depend on what you would put at the end of the cuff. It'd basically be like, depending on what material you would want on the cuff, is what we would have to pay for next. So,
Essentially.
getting small gems if you wanted gems, or you can get like metal or plastic if you wanted something like less material. But
okay.
we'll save up. We'll get like a
that
ruby,
sounds good.
like something that matches his like red aesthetic.
Perfect.
Or who knows? Maybe we'll find what he actually uses.
Right. Yes. Well, and I mean, whatever design we decide to try for, maybe it will be something that's useful to him as well. So. Well,
There's a-
thank you for indulging me.
There's a T-shirt on a mannequin as you're leaving that says "I survived the shutter." I mean,
No, can I have it, please?
I want-
Eleonora! Eleonora! How much is it? How much is that shirt?
so that shirt.
God.
It's gotta be 30
Uh,
gold. It's a tourist attraction, right?
5 silver for the shirt.
That's not bad.
If you need an extra shirt, maybe you can come back and get it.
So coming
Why?
back
Yeah.
to
Why
that.
don't we remember where the shop is if we have some?
Would you
extra
guys trade a
money?
winter jacket for this?
No. Oh no! No!
No.
No! No!
Oh, no,
No.
never
We're
mind.
going
I
down
might
to
need
public
it
for that.
actually.
We're going
yeah.
into the caves. You're gonna need that.
Yeah.
Good shirt.
Instead, he strolls in with a T-shirt.
Ackroll. Eh?
Immediately gets like pummeled by a monster. So
Like dies of
It's-
hypothermia 2 days in. Like,
yeah.
It's also one of the shirts that's like 100% in poor taste because so many people died during the shutter. So
Awesome. Yeah, she's appalled,
I
honestly.
survived.
That's the problem.
Survival of the strongest.
No, Taperlo, no.
Let's
That's-
Let's go.
I guess that's why they're so cheap. Yeah, they were pretty controversial.
Those did not sell well.
It's
No one bought them.
like when a
It's, like,
sports
covered in
team
dust.
loses the big game, but they still have to sell the shirts. Like, yeah, that's rough.
Oh my gosh. Making a mishap.
that's a
I-
mishap
I-
now. Okay.
Oh my god. Ooh.
I so need this drawn out at some point. This is so good.
So good. Oh my gosh.
Anything else at the market you all want to do?
think we're waiting on potion herbs, right? We decided
Yeah, to see if
we
we
have
Yeah.
to.
can get some money.
Link to Heidi's
So,
next, right? Or is that
Heidi's?
next up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you end up riding kind of close to where Heidi is, because it doesn't go directly to where she is, but you get kind of in that general vicinity and are able to walk the rest of the way towards the shop. You arrive, and she's in there working on something, got a project on a table, and she kind of looks up. Oh, look who it is. Welcome.
Hello, Heidi. It's lovely to see you.
So, what can I do for you?
There's nothing in the middle of there.
Oh, the
Just fly in the middle
bot.
of there.
So many.
So many, yeah, it's crazy.
Anything going on here lately? How have things been for you?
I mean, it's been pretty quiet. Y'all ready to
Good.
work?
We were wondering what jobs you had available, if there were any in town.
Oh, in town. Well, I had a job for you, but it's not in town.
Where is it?
Is it?
So basically, there is a wealthy individual who was planning a move from Greyspire to here. And they had a cart with a bunch of their belongings that was being transported, and it never arrived.
Oh.
And they would like to have it be tracked down. They can have their stuff back. So I got this for you as a possible job.
Oh boy.
Where's Grace?
Hold on, I'm trying to find out where Greyspire
north.
is.
Greyspire is way up
It's
It's
north.
way at the top of the map. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
So far away.
Yeah, that's like opposite way we're going.
So, did they move beforehand?
They were moving from Greyspire to here. Sounded like they were not comfortable with activities in Northport. So they were going to move away and transport closer to central location. At least for the time being. They were taking a good portion of their belongings and having it brought down. The reports are, this isn't 100% guaranteed, but there are no records of the caravan or the cart making it to Pierview, though. So it's likely gone missing somewhere between Greyspire and Pierview.
Do you know how long the journey is from Greyspire to Fairview?
Let me look at my map real quick.
It was like 4 days to Pureview or something.
That is approximately let me look at I gotta measure this out.
Oh, music just started playing for.
About 5 days.
From which one to which one?
From Greyspire to Pierview.
And then Pureview to Heaven's Reach is 4.
That would be my map. Just add it.
Maybe it's another 5 at that curve.
About 4 days, yeah. From
4 days,
Heaven's
yeah.
Reach to Pierview.
And
They will pay
Addison said,
significantly for this job to be completed, though. They had some valuables, it sounds like, in that cart.
Do you know
Maybe we can have-
the range of how much?
It depends, I guess, on retrieval of items, but They said potentially up to 1,000 gold, depending on how much is retrieved.
We could always. I like kind of whisper about Lenore, like, could always have Edison like drop us off there, like after, the rose. That way we'd already be there, and we could just go on the way back.
I guess it depends on how long we would be. I just sort of I don't know. I look to the others to gauge what it seems like they're thinking.
What's today's date versus what he said he'd be ready? The 2nd versus the 4th, right?
It's the 2nd,
The
yeah.
5th, I think, did he say? Or
4th or 5th would be the
4th or 5th.
earliest.
Oh, 4th and 5th.
So, I mean, I kind of look at it just around, are we discussing this in front of Heidi, or kind of just non-communicationally looking around, does it seem like we'd want to move this conversation elsewhere?
I'm trying to. We were honest with Heidi 1. I feel like we've always been pretty honest with Heidi 2 as well. I feel like she knows what's going on with us.
I'm pretty sure we've been decently frank. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is good money. What are you...
It is very good money.
Thank you.
I think what we are running into, Heidi, is because we get sort of shunted around, our time here is a bit unstable or limited. And I believe we told you, I'm pretty sure we told her about Euphemia's curse because we were doing so much with the Watchlight here.
We had just gotten back from Edgewort too, so I'm pretty sure we did.
Raid! Hi, friends.
Hello, Records of the Realm. Thank you for the raid. That's so kind of you. Very much appreciate that. Thanks for coming in. She takes out a stack of 10 gold, puts it on the table, slides it over. This is what it's about. Maybe take this to remind yourself of the importance of this.
Like, wow, she's so rich.
Throwing around 10 gold
Miss
to make a
Money
point,
Bag.
yeah.
And we're not gonna say no either.
No, we will not.
I guess I'll look at it and I'll be like,
no, I mean, I quite agree with you, Heidi.
Do you think maybe even if he couldn't get away from work, we could be teleported up there? Try and bring everything back. That would significantly cut down our time away. Only delay Edison a couple days and then head off on that mission.
Problem is Eleanor's also not fully recovered. So we would be going out on a job. It would have to be after if we were going to do it. Probably.
That's what I meant, yeah, after then we just even if Edison didn't stay with us, he could at least transport us and then
we could bring it up and see what or it depends how things go. I think. That would be the other factor.
Yes, Heidi, we're dealing with two things right now. I was recently resurrected. So I am a bit weakened at the moment. And we also have a lead on how to heal Euphemia of the curse she's afflicted with, which has been hindering our progress significantly.
You know what also hinders your progress?
Yes,
Running
lack of gold,
out of
yes.
money. Yes.
Yes, of course, yes. Well, when did you acquire this job, and
I got this one a little while ago, so it's probably going to be given to some other group if you don't take this.
Right. So. Can I time out for a second?
Sure.
Okay, this is where I just get confused what we're supposed to be doing with all the different things and like what we should like. I don't know. Just sometimes I get confused by
Overwhelmed.
NPCs.
So
and
basically,
like,
you have something that you guys want to do. You've been told there are not a lot of jobs around Heaven's Reach because there's plenty of monster hunting groups who probably pick up jobs all the time. So this is a job, but it's not in Heaven's Reach. And you want to look for a job. So you can try to fit it in, or you can skip it.
What would we need money?
Well, we do. We also have like a loose timeline on when we could start like actively working on this rose now.
Yeah, I say we at least try to do it in this timeline. I know we have a lot of things to do, but some money just to get some supplies and stuff could help. But also, if we are more pressed for other things, then
we also don't know when we're going to need that.
That's true. And I guess I just want to deal with the hags after anyway, so I don't know.
All I'm saying, hags have been able to be pushed back in the past. This can't. So we just have to choose if we're going to continue on this. We are skipping this for the most part. Unless we can try and get up there before another group does, but that's not a guarantee.
So you want to take this side quest or no? Basically is the question, Rachel.
Yeah. Okay. Man, I get so anxious when we are stuck in a weird position where we have to choose two, and I don't know. Is there any way we could figure this out outside of the session? Like we could talk about it or think about it? Like, we don't have to end right now, but I'm just saying, like...
We are kind of stalling the last 30 minutes of the game, though, for the DM. So we just can't go forward with anything.
Yeah.
Well, we can do a bunch of research and stuff. What if we just circled back to tomorrow? To Heidi.
I mean, it's been this long. We can always just see. We can check back, like...
Here it is. Heidi, here's your answer. We're going to go research. Okay, we'll figure out what that answer was post-session.
Thanks. I'm sorry. It's just this keeps happening, and I just really want to talk about it, like, outside and, like, hash it out a little better so I feel like I understand everything.
Here is Heidi's response. Either yay or I'm really upset with you. Okay.
Cool.
So.
Or we just tell her, we'll talk to you tomorrow type of thing.
All right. Sounds good. So from here, you guys are heading out?
Yeah.
To the library?
To the library.
All right. So you head over to the library to do research. It's already probably maybe a little past midday by this point, just because of how many places you guys have been doing different things, searching around. So, you guys looking for anything in particular?
What did we say?
I think like looking up maybe like we're looking up entrances to the mountain. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, so, like creatures at different points within the mountain.
So like we talked about survival even of underground like environments. We talked about potentially like people who have explored caverns and other like natural openings in the mountains and maybe the locations of those, and also just like the general knowledge of the mines, like potentially what people have encountered as far as creatures, maybe we can get a little bit more of an idea of what we're up against.
Okay. Anybody want to focus on any of those?
I was here to be an assistant for procuring whatever people need and want. Be
I can
library boy.
research like cave entrances or like places that people have like explored or whatever, just so we can, or maybe like, you know, I don't know, just geography, I guess.
Okay.
I can take like the survival aspect of it, things to keep in mind, probably like conditions to encounter, that sort of thing, depending on the location.
Sure.
I'll help her.
Okay. So where are you going, Dav?
I'm trying to think it from a different direction to try and help the group. Because I feel like everything now would be known places, known mines, known, you know, like areas that would be more recorded. And it sounds like we're potentially going to more or less known accounts.
We would just start somewhere, but
No, for sure. As I'm just trying to think of it from another angle and see if Dav could research into it that way. I think Dav is gonna let them do that and more or less try and look up folk tales and rumors of the mountain, of like, yeah, just folklores that aren't like necessarily fully recorded as true, but like things that could have been like gossiped into, like truth that's been remnant into gossip that he could maybe find in different points of different books and correlate that into like, maybe there's a spot in the mountains that like many people don't go to, and that's because it's like haunted, and might give us like a correlation of a spot to start with because of that.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I don't know, I'm trying to use his intelligence in a different way for this one.
Sounds good. So, with that, entrances for Winnie. Why don't you give me an investigation roll?
Ooh.
You're muted, so I don't know if you said anything.
I said two things. I used both my reroll and my bless because
Okay,
it
you used
wasn't
them
that good. It was investigation, you said?
Yes.
Right. Okay. I got a 17.
17.
With both.
All right.
Whoop-de-doo.
It's pretty good.
Struggle to get there, but we got it.
Euphemia or Eleonora for your survival in the mountains roll? One of you can roll with advantage, or...
You could just do advantage.
for investigation.
Correct.
Let's see, 19.
19. All right. And Dav, same thing for you. Investigation, please.
I also thought of something to add, like either pre-shutter or shutter events where like moments where like any sort of a god interactions as well, like monuments or something like that might be there, where like a goddess struck the earth or has like some sort of scar or something like that that had to be divine.
Okay.
Sorry, investigation, right?
Yes.
So close. I'm also gonna do both and just use them both up because it's late.
Sure.
I'll re-roll. Got the same exact roll. That's funny. Every time. 21.
That was with your blast too?
Yeah. I only got a 1 on the blast.
Okay.
Or, yeah, 21. Yeah.
All right. So you all start digging around in the books, spend the afternoon researching the Mountains of Plenty and trying to find anything of value that you can learn about that, as this likely will be something upcoming. Who knows when exactly, but something upcoming for you to go to. But Winnie, as you're looking around for various entrances to the mountains, there are the clear, obvious ones that show up that are the mines. There are... Rachel, you got a bless, by the way.
Thanks.
There are known entrances to be in Shadow Rock, Edgefort, and Midrock, as well as all those are mines too. And then there's the former mine that is currently closed in just outside of Everborn. So if you leave from Everborn, there's another entrance that is up there.
Nice.
Is it abandoned mine, you said?
That one is shut down currently due to the dangers that go on in that mine. They had to shut down.
Do they mention the dangers or no?
Yes. So it's generally.
Sorry, where was that? Everybody goes down.
So Shadow Rock.
Yes. Sorry.
Edgefort. Yeah. Midrock. All active mines. Everborn is a closed mine due to dangers.
Sorry.
Especially with creatures like fire giants or other things like that, because it's more volcanic in that region.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Sorry. Thank you.
There are some expeditions that you're able to learn about too, where people try to go to higher peaks, kind of more central, and look for things there, because I mean, a lot of people would dig into it from the sides and all the edges. So some people are like, well, if we go from the top, we're probably going to find a lot of things. But there also are other creatures that are up there as dangers, and it's a little less like populated. So that's where the creatures will thrive a little more. But a little more dangerous if you go towards the center, but also less access for sure than other people. But there are some places where people have gone in just random locations across kind of the spine of the mountain, essentially.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
From that, Amy and Eleanor, you're digging around survival. You pick up on, I mean, it's slightly colder, but generally not even like extremely cold, except for if you go up to like the very far north stuff, it's not that cold for the most part. Just slightly chillier if you go up the mountains, based on where it is geography wise in this world. There will be lots of climbing, as it's not like there's paths. You'd have to navigate significantly off trails and climb around to get around if you are not teleported to a specific location. If you're trying to traverse the mountains, it will most certainly be difficult terrain, and also likely require climbing gear to navigate it as well. Places to sleep might be difficult to find too, depending on where you are. So some of that climbing gear, you could do the whole like pin yourself to the side of the mountain, like sleeping on a cot that's just hanging there by a few like pins in the mountainside. So wind can be a factor. It can definitely get windy in places, which could prove to be a challenge, especially if you try to use ranged weaponry against creatures outside. And then within the mountains, there are many creatures that can reside in there. A lot of like insect type creatures or burrowing creatures. Majority of them have dark vision of some sort too, so they do not require light to see. They can navigate and hunt just fine in the dark. That is the general sense of what you get from your studies as you dig around, and I'm sure, Eleanor, this just sounds horrible to you to try to navigate through this.
It does sound quite atrocious.
The climbing aspect of this is more if we're traversing the mountains themselves.
Yep, if you're trying to get across the mountains, like it will require climbing, most likely.
Or in the case of like if we're gonna like go on the spine, obviously, like and start from like the middle, so that we have
And
to
try
like,
and
do a lot of
find
climbing. That case.
some other entrance or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you get the sense that finding like paths will be pretty difficult to find, and
Okay.
they likely will not go very far. They're not gonna like, there's a path from top to bottom of all the mountains. Like, it's not like that. It's maybe like somebody went up a little ways and they made a couple paths to go in a different direction, maybe a mile or so, and then that's it. And a lot of the mountains will probably have nothing that will be of use to you for a path or anything.
Okay.
So if you're planning on traveling outside of like actually going underground, it will be climbing almost certainly at some point.
Sure.
Dav,
Some of us do feather falls.
Yeah.
as you just kind of look around for some stories, you do find some fictional stories that are kind of talking about people who find this random like crystal lined caverns and things like that that just are like the most beautiful things. They strike gold essentially, and they're kind of like the people who are, I mean, the gold rush type people, where it's like, I just got this dream and I'm gonna keep digging, and then boom, all of a sudden I'm gonna find like something that's gonna make it so I can retire whenever I want to and never have to work a day in my life again.
All the jewels I want.
Exactly. So there's definitely a lot of stories and folklore around those types of people who just will suddenly uncover some crazy cavern wall that's just full of these valuable jewels. You don't really find much about gods being involved in here, as this world wasn't necessarily created with the gods in mind. It was more arcane focused than anything, and it's more like the more religious side of things came in after that and started trying to be a part of this world, and in some cases regulate it a little bit too. So there's not a ton of lore or myths about deities involved in the mountains, but you do stumble upon a story about somebody who was traveling through the mountains, and they were going deep into a cave to escape from some high winds, and they lit a fire inside to try to keep warm for the evening, and they saw a black rose that withered away over the night and turned to ash.
They turn into Ashley? Sorry.
Exactly.
Ha
Wow.
ha.
That's so meta.
All right, guys. Last first half of the
really
game. See you guys later.
So specific.
But it dissipated by
Any
like before morning. It was just gone by that morning.
any way to track like what sort of region that story came out of? Whether it's closer to one of the 4 mines that Winnie found?
Off of that, give me one more investigation roll.
Okay. 18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you begin to track around and try to like dig into this a little more, find out who the author is, anything like that. And you discover that it most likely, you're not certain on this, but the kind of general vibe of it seems like it was likely from somebody in Edgeford who wrote this.
Oh,
Interesting.
I have this feeling.
I know, I did too.
I've had this feeling this whole time. Yep.
It's like an Everborn. Cool. Guys. Found something. I'm gonna show you guys the story. So we know at least it grows near Edgefort. Or at least did. If there's not any more.
Weird. There. Does it say when this story was written? How long ago?
You would guess, Stav, that it's probably at least 50 years old. At least.
Yeah.
It's hard to pinpoint a date.
Super old.
So pre-Shatter. So much has changed since then, but it is something.
It's a lead, certainly.
There
Maybe
was
something has had a chance to grow back, or
and there is
Be
a job
protected.
in Edgeport waiting for us here as well.
is that the bullet, right?
The Manticore.
Oh yeah.
Is that one
Oh.
up in the mountain? I think that one was up more on the mountain, not inside the mines.
I don't think it's in the mines, but it's in the region.
Yes.
I don't think we'll necessarily be. I mean, we could start in the mines, but I don't think we're necessarily gonna
Well,
stay in the mines, right? We're gonna have to go past where anyone else is working in the mines because they're probably using light.
Yeah, I thought maybe because I always show them the entrances to like that I found or the information I found, but yeah, I guess because my thought was we could start in the mines and like basically find maybe where like abandoned caverns or like natural formed like
Right.
caverns and stuff. I don't know.
my
Really, I don't know.
just based on what we've been looking at, my wonder is if we went to go find this Manticore for a job, if we would also find some entrances while we were around.
That could be something.
If it would serve two purposes.
The
Because
Definitely a
cool.
thought.
The question would be: is Edison willing to do that? As focused as he is.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if Euphemia asks him, I'm sure he probably would. I think so.
Eleanor just arches her brows.
Yeah.
Just saying, just
I mean,
more likely to do it if you ask than me. Just saying.
if it gets us forward in the case, maybe. She's like looking at him like, what?
Well, yeah. I mean, if we find, a place where Manticore would be, it'd probably help us find an opening.
I just wonder if we do need the money, obviously. We would maybe be able to get some gear in Edgeport even. If it got us there exploring, we may find some sort of opening. It's an option.
Yes.
The only thing is, yeah, we'd have
Yes.
to do a lot of climbing, right? A lot of mountaineering type of thing.
It would. Well, from the story you read, that was just
Okay.
from like a random opening in the mountain as well. Right, Davril?
That's
The
what
one I
mean,
did, yeah.
Yes.
They're trying to escape the cold, which means they're pretty high up.
Yeah,
It might.
I'm thinking we
Kind
need to
of
go into the
overlap.
mountains.
yeah.
Very interesting.
We have a bit of time
Alright.
to think on this, right? Because I feel like this is, I don't know. Climbing a bunch of mountains seems difficult, but also, I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna be difficult.
We
no matter
might
what,
need
so-
to anyway. Yes, I mean that's what's
Yeah,
hard.
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Have you been in the mines, Euphemia, in Edgefort?
I think I would have gone before, Mark.
Probably not too deep, but you probably have at least
Yeah.
seen it.
So
I mean, when I was young, at one point, I saw, more near the entrance, but it was dangerous and dark.
So, obviously, if we go into a mine entrance, there's not going to be one there because there's foot traffic, there's
Yes.
lights.
That's
all
what I'm
that.
wondering. We'd almost
So-
have to find a natural opening anyway because there's too much obstruction in the constructed part.
Is there ways to go into unexplored areas from the mine? That was my question.
That was my thought. It was like almost like, or we could even like see if.
I mean,
Yeah,
we'd
I
have to
don't
go deep past what they're working on, and that's years of them already, establishing their mine and veins into it. I mean,
What I know, like just from my dad ever like talking about his job or anything, if there was like stuff that they roped off and they were guarding, or if it was just kind of left, like would any of those locations be noted in paperwork somewhere or records that we could maybe go look at it in Edgeport?
So your dad probably wouldn't have talked too much about his job with specifics, but there are probably stories you've heard about, like, yeah, there are dangerous spots in it. There are some creatures that are dangerous, and it definitely it's been amplified. You've heard through like stories after the shutter.
Right.
You could definitely have that kind of thought. Maybe there are paperwork, like maps of saying like we don't go here type of stuff that you could try to get your hands on one way or another. But yeah, it's it's up to you guys if you want to pursue the already like established through the mines routes, or we'd want to explore more uncharted stuff. But yeah, that likely at least the ones that are from the mines would have some notes about things within it.
Because I guess as a question for the DM, does it seem viable that we could get to places unexplored from the mines at all? Or is it one of those they're tunneling through, so anything they don't tunnel through, we just it's just like a dead end. You know what I mean?
We'd have to do the tunneling.
Yeah. Essentially,
that's what I'm wondering.
Essentially, what could happen is either you guys go out kind of on your own and search places in the mountains that are unexplored, essentially, or very little explored, potentially years ago explored, things like that. You can go into the mines and try to go to places that maybe haven't been gone to in a while, like old pathways. But if you want to go further than that, you probably have to do the mining yourself or hire somebody to do it for you. But you guys don't have a lot of money to do that, so probably won't work that way. Or figure out some other way to get through rock, essentially. Whatever that would look like for you. So those are kind of your options. You could definitely use magic to maybe help you, because I mean your spell works for 5 miles. So if you are within a region, you could cast your spell and be like, is there anything within 5 miles? And check that direction if there's a opening you can get into or something in the area. But it's up to you guys.
That was my thought,
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. With if we got any plans on the mines, we could at least get into the furthest point, cast, see if there is anything. Because I mean, if you're not getting 5 miles within where we have to start mining, we're not mining 5 miles.
I believe your spell tells you the distance too. So
if
you,
I think it does.
If you cast it and it's like, this is 4 miles away, and you're just like, I got 4 miles of rock to go through. Like,
let's just go above 4 miles.
Yeah, that's very true.
Direction and distance.
Now, to be fair, I have chromatic orb. It's kind of like dynamite. I'm just saying that we could try it, but
so
a lot of mishaps. Yep.
In the mines. I wonder.
Maybe we'll get a dynamite mishap, and then it'll like just explode. Which would be great, but
we could get maybe Edison to get some records for us in Edgeport.
I was gonna say they don't really like us there, do they?
I don't think we're the ones to ask after last time.
Just remember, he was also there and got you guys out of prison, so there may not be
not really a place for us there.
But he may be able to flash his little badge and get it.
Potentially.
I don't know. Otherwise, I feel like if we were to go looking, we may as well try and track down a manticore while we're doing it.
I think that'd be fine. I think it's a good idea, at least.
Overlap. So we
was the bullet there, or was that in
either.
Arrow Run? Either.
It was both.
So
it was either one she would take. Yeah.
Bullet day.
And then we did research on those creatures, didn't we? Or do we need to do that now?
Looked
We
into
did
them.
research
We
on
did.
them. Mhm.
Okay.
We
So-
wanted not to use magic as much on the bullet because we wanted the armor intact, and then can't remember the manticore. I think we were just talking about transporting it, if I remember.
I think
Trying to
she wanted
preserve
a lot
it
of the
little bit.
Preserve
spines
it.
on it because the one she had did not have many
Yeah.
spines.
That's
So-
right, that's
Right.
Yeah.
Like, trying to leave it mostly intact and like transport it.
Yeah, make it look as nice
Yeah.
as possible.
Oh yeah, so you had to be careful about what magic you did, because like Eldritch Blast would
Mhm.
probably be fine, but like doing like a big fire spell, like
Yeah,
type of thing
burn it
would
and then make
be-
it
Gonna, like, rip it
essentially
up.
worthless.
Yeah.
Maybe even Eldritch
Mhm.
Blast, you gotta be careful on the spine, but as long as you aim it correctly, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, these are some options we could bring up with Edison and see what he thinks.
We don't have to necessarily slow down our looking for throws. It's just if we happen to come across one of these two while we're doing it, might as well tackle in the job.
Maybe
Especially
we
just kind
find
of
the
aimlessly
point.
wandering around for a while.
Maybe we find the point on our way to take care of one of these jobs and we can go back with him when we're ready. That would be another option.
That is true.
Those are all good options.
So there's a few ways it could work. I mean,
I really like the idea of going to Edge Fort, trying out the mine, checking the 5-mile radius. If it's not there, head up the mountain, check there.
maybe he can get us paperwork somehow, even if it's not directly through him.
All right. Well, we can ask him, and see what we can work
Who
with.
knows? Maybe the exterminators have moved on to
They're not.
Edge Fort.
They are not there.
Just
They are
kidding.
at the tower here.
They are
Yes.
having fun at home. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for that correction. Flashcards. I was so proud of myself up to now about these flashcards.
You've been doing marvelously all up until now. It is hard though. It's still confusing.
Ashley, get a blessing.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to research personally. Actually, is there any way I could research demonic possession while I'm here?
Okay. It's already getting kind of late now, just because of how long you guys have been researching. But
Oh,
you could
okay.
stay a little later if
I
you want to.
helped her,
If
if I helped her, would it go faster?
You can try
yeah,
If I-
Four
if I
of
all
us
did
will
it,
help her.
yeah, like
Ripple, yeah.
Try this one.
As
Try this
long-
one. Try that.
yeah, if it's not like, staying after hours.
Yeah, I mean, it's open fairly late, but this will definitely take you as like the last thing you'll be doing today if you do this.
I think that's okay.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, I don't have anything else for today.
So, someone roll.
I would be particularly
advantage.
looking. Yeah, I can dab to it. I honestly.
can, but
I mean,
Have you
you
used
and
reroll?
Euphemia both have rerolls and blessings. They have nothing on the other
that's why I'm
side.
asking to roll.
Oh,
yeah.
Like, I will
So-
totally.
Okay.
I also have proficiency in investigation, so
Okay.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, well we can both do it then, I guess. Do you want to do that? Or
Sure.
or no, you do advantage, I guess.
Okay, so Ashley's taking
I mean,
the
I
roll.
have a reroll, but it's fine. I can. I'm gonna use my bless.
Okay.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
29.
Yeah.
29.
Now
That
that's
would've-
some good research.
That would have beat
Yeah.
me.
What?
I mean, I could
That's
reroll.
amazing.
I mean, I could reroll instead, but that's. I mean, that's
Yeah, do better. I don't think that's gonna do enough.
Yeah.
if that doesn't find us something, I'm gonna be really confused.
So, as you're digging around, I mean, this is something that's documented pretty regular, like pretty commonly. It's a little more of like the hidden books type thing because people don't want a ton of demon books like in the general population all the time, and it's like it's scary. You don't want to scare people too much. But there are
and definitely cross-referencing with necromancy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there isn't a huge crossover between necromancy and devils. There are definitely some devils that are more specified with necromancy. I mean, there's a whole devil called a bone devil, which is like kind of scary with that. But in general, necromancy isn't directly associated with devils in a lot of ways. It's more just like they might cast some necromancy spells or something like that, but it's not like a huge, like, it's 1-for-1 situation. There are many fiend creatures out there, though, that do have some sort of charm ability that can essentially bring someone to their service. Varying degrees of power within that. So some are short-term, some can be indefinite. Some of them are undoable by just like potentially causing harm to the individual, to sort of like jolt them awake kind of from their charmed state. Where others might require some deeper magic, like some sort of remove curse or something even bigger than that. There are also spells that can be known to people who are proficient with powerful magic that can dominate a person and make them be subject to their will. So there's that out there that you find as well. Then there's also people who give themselves to fiends, and they are essentially like owned by them. They're almost enslaved to them and are forced to follow that fiend's power or just like orders at that point. It's like selling their souls type of a situation. So
I don't know if the research would like show this at all, which is kind of a weird question. But like if one thing possessed you, could that like make you sell your soul and then you'd be like, do you know what I mean? Where it's like, or you have to do it willingly. Yeah.
It is a willing thing generally to sell one's soul. It's not something that is.
And can they like?
Somebody else can make the decision
you
for
into
you.
It, I guess?
Oh, they could definitely trick you. 100%, they can trick you.
Okay.
Typically, it is through a lot of trickery that they will do it. They'll find people in desperate situations and do things like that, or allure somebody with power or wealth or some other thing that they may be desiring. And yeah, it's 100% tricks are fair game, but it has to be somebody who makes the choice themselves to give their own soul. Like, you can't be it can't be done by like somebody dominating like with a spell and then be like, okay, now I'll give my soul type of situation. Like, that doesn't work like that.
I didn't know if it was like where it's like if you were dominating someone and you were allies with fiends or whatever, then you could make it easy. But yeah, okay, makes sense.
But that could happen, yes. Generally, to undo that as well with your 29, typically it requires either having the fiend release that individual or killing the fiend.
Oh boy.
As like we're looking through things and like Euphemia's like pointing out different sections and Eleanor's reading it, she's like looking more and more like pieces are connecting more. And when like there's the section where it talks about like tricking someone to give them their soul, she points to it and she goes, whatever was possessing my brother said that he'd spare my life if Alexander gave him everything. Was this a situation? A soul-selling situation?
And he was being possessed before that though. So was it like, how did he
He
have time
was,
to
but
have
there
whatever that was?
was some sort of resistance, from what I could tell.
Maybe it was
Like a spell or
introductory,
something? Yeah.
I
a
don't know,
trial.
but he said, "I'll give if I." What did he say? He said, "If I do this for you, you must give me everything." And Alexander said, "Yes."
I mean, from what you're reading out, if you're something that's in shackles, you can still fight against it, but for you to
Yes.
give over everything willingly is going to make that
Yes.
bond a lot stronger.
Yes.
Yeah.
No more resistance. Just complete ability to act as you
And
see
the-
fit.
Need stronger magic to break it.
Yes.
Not that
It's
we're
not
studying too much into it, but
Simple.
Or to kill the thing itself,
Mm.
wherever it is.
Yes.
Wait, can I? Sorry, and when we're researching, I don't know if I don't know how to like describe this, but is the fiend like in the person, like in their body, or do they like remote in? I guess. Like, is it like they're some, you know what I mean? Like they're somewhere else, and they can like kind of tap
is
into
it
like if you like sell
Ratatouille
your soul.
or
Yeah, Ratatouille, or like the IT guy fixing your computer from like wherever he's at, kind of thing.
Yeah, it just depends, I think, on the power that you guys would find. Some of it is like commands that are given. Some can be telepathically done from anywhere.
Okay.
And I mean, there is like possessions that you guys will probably find too, about especially like a ghost as an example, who actually inhabits the person and is within them and like using them as like a meat puppet essentially.
Body. Okay. I will point that out to Eleanor and be like, what if the thing that has Alexander is like, yeah, like telepathically, I don't know, what if it's like somewhere else? What if we knew where to find it? And I don't know. Like what if, because I always was thinking it was like inside of like his body, which obviously could be,
Yes.
but that'd be convenient if it wasn't, then you wouldn't even have to get near, you wouldn't even have to like worry about necessarily hurting him. You know,
I will
if
say 2 through 29 just because so much.
it's very good.
With
Stupid.
this, possessions and things like that are not limited to fiends as well.
Oh yeah. So other. Let's see.
What else does it say that it might?
There are other creatures that can certainly compel. Fiends are a big part of it,
We know
for
this.
sure.
Yeah.
But there are other creatures that can compel others or essentially take control, enslave somebody to their will that are out there as well. But Fiend is like the big one, like the big section, and then there's like a few offshoots here and there that you might find of other things.
Different things.
if I remember correctly, remind me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure David looked up mind flayers at one point. Would that be included in this?
Mind flayers are something that would be under the category that they could do that. It's just not known if there are mind flayers here in this world.
Yeah.
They don't. People have not really documented them existing here.
Because I think we were looking up like alien or
Mind
abomination
control or
type.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Very interesting. She just like gives Euphemia like a pat on the shoulder and just thank you very much. This is informative.
Wish it was better news.
Well, nothing's confirmed.
At this point, I'll take any thread that I can connect to at some point anyway. So.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm getting the stink eye from the librarian again.
Yes, we should
Probably wrap
go.
this up.
Yes.
Are we near the watch light on this? Like, can we pass by
We
and
are.
You're very close. Yep.
check in real quick on the way back?
I think we should offer some of what we've picked up.
Sure. I'll just write in my book. Edison, we are headed near the watchlight. We have some information if you'd like it. you'd like to meet us.
Says I'll meet you outside.
All right, he'll meet us outside. We can go.
So you find him. He is outside waiting for you.
How have your investigations been on your side?
Just been looking into how we can maybe find a more central location. I think I've ruled out going to the northern section as a good option, just because of all the flame and magma that can emanate light of some sort in the area. It seems less likely that the northern section would be a viable option for us. So perhaps somewhere middle or south we should go.
Perfect. Ties up with our research too.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Dav found a story of someone
all?
that did find. Well, you found
Okay.
a story of someone that had seen a black rose in some sort of cavern they were exploring, and it was near Edgefort somewhere.
Heard there are rumors out there. It's good that you found an actual documented rumor. Some more details potentially.
It's from a long time ago, but it could still be a starting point.
Wonderful.
Do you think you'd have any pull with any of the mines there on getting any sort of records on how deep they've gone, or
A map, anything like that?
even if it's indirectly through a friend or something?
Well, the one issue is this is not official Watchlight business I'm going on here.
Is it because it is a bit far-fetched to cure a curse, so it's not directly pertaining to solving the case?
My mission is not to cure Euphemia's curse. My mission is to solve this case. This is definitely an offshoot of it, but the higher-ups don't see it that way.
Have you already told them what we're trying to do?
I've informed them that I need time off for this, but again, this is not official business.
Gotcha.
He's taking his PTO for this.
I know, he's using his PTO.
You gotta get rid of it before the end of the year. I mean, might as well just take
You're getting
it.
close.
Only
that's
10
true.
days roll over anyway.
Yeah.
so-
These are the first
He's
days I
got
took off all
5.
year anyways, so...
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
He would too. He hasn't taken a single
I'm
second
going
off.
to be I'm gonna be a bit of a workaholic, so everyone
we're
is
going to-
encouraging me to take some time off.
He has like 40 vacation days accumulated over the last
Fair enough.
like 3 years that he's just like never used.
Look,
He's
you go to
directing all
peer
that
review,
overtime.
you take a staycation. When you're done, we'll head out. It'll be perfect.
Yes, I'm doing this on my own personal time. Would not be official Watchlight business.
I see.
Gotcha.
And to
So-
try and use my power, if it ever got back, we get in trouble for it.
That makes sense.
Can I ask you a question? I don't mean to pry, just curious.
Sure.
How far would you risk your job to solve this case? I know that's
What are you
personal.
asking?
You are someone that I feel like is very integral, has integrity. I just wasn't sure if you had to let this case go for the sake of keeping your job, if you could, or if you're already invested in
Oh, were
this
you saying
task or
like
job.
if the case becomes so convoluted that your higher ups don't see it as solving it in the way we need to as a priority, Would you
again,
solve the case or keep your job? Is that what you're saying?
I might be prying too far, so you don't need to answer. Just
I want to find a
Just
way to keep my job, to hopefully move up in the ranks and make a bigger difference in this world as a result of that, than to let it go in some aspirations that it would be a way up to more. I think if I move up, I can do more for this world that way.
That makes sense.
good answer. Cool.
Well, if that is the case, then we don't want to risk your job. We had two options then. If we start in Edgeford, would be either going into the mines ourselves, seeing if we can navigate it on our own through some more unexplored places.
We can still see if we can get
Right.
records while we're there. It's not.
Or hire a guide, someone that's maybe a retired miner that maybe even knew your family. Might be able to help us navigate.
The other option is to go above and do some climbing and see if we can find some entrances from the top or from the sides.
The story sounded like it was maybe higher up. Right? With the cold. You said, Dav?
Yes, sorry.
Just taking shelter from the winds or something.
Had a really random thought of like, okay, what if we go do this job and then we just get like 5 brooms of like flying or something, and then we'll just scout the mountains that way and make it so much easier.
You have the gold to pay for that?
If you want to wait a week. I don't know how much brooms are. That's kind of why I got distracted.
Yes, I think they're probably more expensive than 1,000 gold, unfortunately. There was a woman we met in Edgeford that was willing to pay a significant amount of money for a creature encountered out in the mountains. So if we come across it, the funds might be able to help us go further in solving things and getting things settled as well. Don't know what you think about that.
I'm not hunting some creature. Trying to find this black rose.
Yes.
If we do stumble upon something that may help one of your other bounties that you're searching for, that is one thing. But
Yes.
I'm not seeking that out. I do not have a ton of time to spend doing this. I can't wander the mountains forever. We need to be focused if I go.
It's perfectly acceptable.
I think the mines might be the best starting point. It would help to get some paperwork on them. I think it would speed things up a lot.
You ready? We can see what we can do.
Perfect. Well, thank you. I hope the information was helpful. I think we need to be prepared for climbing or for being in darkness.
And cold
So-
weather.
Probably both.
Right. Let me know when you're ready to set out. Again, probably not till the 4th at the earliest.
Did you have a nightmare last night?
Yes.
It's interesting. I think it knows. So I would just be careful. I'm not sure how long we even have if it's already feeling threatened.
Let's finish this. Is that all?
Eleanor's just kind of like looking between the two, like they're like, we're gonna do this. But she
I
doesn't say
know.
anything.
She looks pretty ready, honestly.
Yeah.
She doesn't look that nervous anymore.
That gives Eleanor the look like, see, that's what I was talking about.
She just does one of those like, yeah, you like kind of flick your eyes like a little bit, and that's all she does. But I think that's it, unless anyone else has anything for now.
No, I think we can rest and hopefully get you a little closer to being ready to go.
All right.
All right, have a good night.
Have a good evening. Turn. Walk back inside.
And we never saw him again.
Oh my god.
Don't say that.
And that was the last time I ever saw them come through them hallways. I always sit up at night
Oh,
wondering what
no.
happened to her.
I'll like turn to Winnie and be like, did you want to go back to the room? We can, if you wanted to do your prayer tonight.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
I think so. Well, it's fresh in your mind.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to do it wrong, so.
I don't think there is any wrong anymore. You just gotta follow your heart.
What if my heart's not correct?
Believe
I'll
in
do my
yourself.
best.
It's gotten you this far.
I don't know if it's a right or wrong thing. Yeah.
I don't think it's your heart that's ever incorrect, Winifred. I think whenever your intentions show, that's when you are at your best strength. Personally.
Thank you. Sometimes I can't tell where the thoughts are coming from. If they're coming from my head or my heart or my stomach, or I don't know. So it's hard to tell where they're coming from. So I just want to make
Like
sure I...
indigestion thought. Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
you on that
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Am I just hungry? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to
Just
tell.
snack
I'll-
around
That's
it.
so valid though.
Yeah,
I have
it
to
really
do some
is.
checks sometimes.
No, even before this, I was like eating my first meal in a hot mix. I just forgot to eat, and I was like, "Wow, food is who knew?" I was like grumpy before this because food is important.
That just solved like 50% of my problems.
Wow, I was feeling so depressed before this. Now I feel great. This is great. Whoever invented this, gold star. No. But yeah, I would like to go back if we can.
Of course.
And just
Of course.
Okay. You head back to the inn. It's another 2 gold for a room.
yeah.
Oh, no, it's a little late. Right? Actually, yeah, because I feel like she's not going to answer much. I hold back a little bit while Eleonora and Winnie are having that conversation with them, walk forward a little bit. I kind of like saddle up to Euphemia and kind of walk in silence, like halfway back to the tavern, and then just at some point. Sounds like a pretty good life, helping people. What do you think you're going to do when we're done dealing with the hags?
In fact, we'll keep doing what we're doing. That wasn't why I left.
When we're done with all that, what would you want to do?
Well, I left to find information to help people, so... I mean, I've been pursuing it this whole time, but, I mean, maybe by then we actually have answers.
Let's say we find the answers. What would you want after that?
I would just want to use them, Dav. People will always need help.
Good answer. You're so cool.
She's like looking at him like, what is this conversation right now?
And then he thunder gauntlets will fly out of the air. God,
Yes.
So shocking.
it's like a fly trap. Been working on it. All right, cool. Micah, let's do this. I'll just practice with Micah on the rest of the way back.
Oh my
When
gosh.
when we take care of the hags, the rest of our work is not done.
I know. I was just meaning way down the road.
If there is a after. Like
Yeah.
gestures vaguely.
I got a feeling you haven't thought about after much.
No. I haven't. It's hard to think that far ahead if it doesn't look possible right now.
Might not be something bad to think about. Gives us something to work towards.
If you give it some thought. Still looking at him a little like, where is this going from?
Yeah, he's like looking like this now, talking to you. Sleeps out of that.
She'll just follow next to you.
Dab's not one to pry
And
too
maybe
much.
keep you from falling.
Yeah, you probably will have to help
like
him a
I
little
should.
bit based off
I
of his
feel like-
rolls today. He's just continuing to like almost twist his ankle into like a little pothole or something. And
Like instinctively, I think she's like, this was a weird conversation, but also please don't fall.
Oh, is that a fire hydrant? Thanks.
you make it back to the inn and are able to get your room. Again, 2 gold for that. But you
I
all
marked
4
it.
can stay in your room together. What are you guys doing this evening before bed?
I would be taking down some notes of what we learned today, but also working on a design for Dav. And I figured like Eleanor will just do like some base ideas, and like Winnie's busy tonight, so like she'll run it by her after of like ways they can collaborate, like a cool thing.
Actually, I think I would help you because I think she's gonna wait until her
Oh,
watch
like
when
her
it's,
watch or
quiet and
something.
everyone-
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. So they can work
I
on
help
that
you.
together. Yeah, just basically like trying to do something that she already knows he has going for him, and then like expound a little bit to make it look really nice. And Winnie and her can like put their artistic heads together.
All right. Anybody else do anything before bed?
No.
You're not doing anything, Winnie?
No, I said I was gonna do it during my watch.
During your
if
watch.
that's
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll just I'll just kind of like make sure everybody's good. I'm gonna do my little hearth of moonlight and shadow thing again.
Okay.
I think I'm just
Alarm.
gonna make sure. Oh yeah, we should
Sure.
do that too.
And we're setting up Eleanor into a fort.
Yep.
Yes.
It'll be the same thing as
Yeah.
last time.
I think
So-
I think honestly, yeah, I'm busying myself with a lot of that kind of stuff before bed. Honestly, I will do something else later, but
So Dav goes through the alarm again.
Mm.
Virtually cast it. No mishap. Wow. Look at that.
Wow, you've been really lucky this
Whoa.
very blessed.
Crazy.
Oh my god.
Have we had a single mishap this session?
Not yet.
No, we haven't.
what
Not-
on
not
earth?
this
Not
Oh
far.
my
yet.
gosh.
Crazy. Okay, guys, cast all the magics.
That's
White
right.
Wall.
It's the brief window that the universe cooperated. Oh my gosh.
All right. So you have your alarm up. You have your little bubble up. And are you guys doing the same order for watches as
Yeah.
yesterday?
You do that.
Dab, you're first. Anything you're doing?
Yeah. Dav's going to put down his tools and put them away and organize the stuff that they bought for the projects, and then put his even spell book away and just clears everything. And he'll spend his entire watch. He kind of sets up Micum on his shoulder and will pray, thinking back to the old lady that prayed for him that one night. And probably one of the fewer times his prayer isn't selfish. He's praying for Winnie instead of him.
All right. So you spend your time listening out for that, but are very preoccupied with your prayer. Get Winnie up for her watch.
Yippee!
Okay.
Want some company?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
You want some company? The blue and Micum's feathers are inspired by Dominic.
Oh. Actually, if it's okay, I think I'd like to be completely alone, if that's all right.
So,
Micah turns his head just there.
I just shunt him to the ceiling.
Facing you. Yes.
Just turns his head.
I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna give Winnie a hug. Like, you got this, kid.
Thank you. Well, you know how it goes.
I have full confidence in him. And he jumps into bed.
Alright. Real quick, give me a wisdom save, please.
Oh. I was gonna hope to.
That's okay.
I got a 19 again.
Yay! Lucky us.
19, you
You're
said?
welcome, everyone. Yes.
Alright.
Crazy.
Okay. So, Winnie, you begin your watch.
Yeah. I kind of like make sure I read the paper like 5 or 6 times just to make sure I'm like really getting the instructions. And then she'll like, I guess, I can kind of like maybe meditate a little bit until she feels like, yeah, this feels good. And then, yeah, say the whatever's the paper instructs. I don't know if it's like a word for word thing or if it's more just like a connection of like, yeah, like I agree to this type of thing. So
Yeah, it's essentially just like a bunch of vows to like uphold the teachings of Dalmanet and like various things like I will practice these things daily, I will commit myself to them and live them out in the world.
yeah, she'll
Focus in, you recite
state
them.
all those things. Ah, okay, yeah.
All right.
Does she feel anything?
The moment you kind of sit there with it, nothing yet.
Okay. She will just like take some time to like I think pray though, even for like Euphemia. Well, everybody, but mostly Euphemia, just because of the nightmares and stuff. So like, if I now have hopefully a connection to this dream goddess, like, can we have some assistance type of thing. So, yeah, mostly just like praying for the bad dreams to go. What'd you say?
It worked. Wow.
It worked. Wow. No. Most just hoping for like the dreams to go away, so or not be as bad, I guess. And for Addison too, because they said they both were feeling it.
Okay.
So cute.
They need it. I now have a connection to Dream Goddess. We need all the help we can get.
She's like making a list of like people now that she has this connection.
Yeah.
So cute.
How to help.
So, once your watch is over, you can go to get Euphemia.
I like. Did you have any bad dreams? Or are you okay?
So Euphemia,
Oh.
as you were sleeping, you sense kind of this presence of a bad dream coming in again. You find yourself in that same like cabin or room or whatever you were in before. And you begin to hear that same voice. And suddenly there's light light begins to shine outside the windows and underneath the doors and through the little cracks in the structure. And this kind of this bluish, greenish lights kind of streak through as the voice fades away and is gone. And then you're woken up by Winnie.
So cool.
Dominate's the best always.
This worked out on many
Right?
fronts for us.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
The one thing I will say,
Okay.
quick perception roll with the dream.
Me?
Yes, you.
Okay. Nat 20, so 24.
Yes.
All right.
go.
What is this? What is this special?
As you are watching the light kind of like grow and begin to push away like the swirly darkness outside the windows and that voice, you just hear this like screeching scream that kind of like dissipates with the dream.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's very faint with everything that's happening.
Sure.
And it kind of like fades down
Sure.
in a way, but yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
It sounds
Yeah,
angry.
I
though.
guess-
I'll say it sounds very angry.
Angry. Okay. Alright. Well, if Winnie's waking me up from a dream, especially if this kind of dream, I feel like I'd almost just be like, and sit up and I would say, Winnie, you prayed. You must have.
Yeah.
She's like
Did it help?
gripping your arm.
Yeah.
Just like I think it
Did it help?
hurt. It was the same dream
Really?
starting again, and then it was like this blue and green, and it was this light, and it came in, and something. I think it pushed it away.
Oh, that's. I mean, I didn't really feel anything, so that's good if it. I think it worked then. I mean, at least somewhat. Or at least she wanted to help you. Yeah. Because I prayed
The
specifically so
temple,
you
or-
wouldn't have, because I know like the dreams, they're in the dreams, like starting to attack you and Edison. I was hoping that she'd help, and it sounds like she is. So even if bad things are watching us, we apparently have some good things on our side too.
Thank you.
I'm glad I could help.
She seems a little bit. I think she seems very moved when Winnie says that she prayed specifically for her too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She'll I think just kind of like just give you like a pat on the arm and then just go over to like go sleep. Like and she's like, because you can tell she's kind of like touched and she's like, I don't know what to do, but she's like, okay, I'm gonna go.
Like release your arm because I like gripped it really hard.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll go to sleep. It's been a long day of good luck.
All right.
Okay.
No kidding.
Anything that you're doing on your watch then, Euphemia?
Yeah. So Dap's question is stuck in my brain now. I think she kind of like starts like going down, like looking at her notes because it's her habit, and she's like jotting things down that she thinks of on the fly, like starting to even write down like at a point she like starts a list of like things I would do even like later, but she sits there and she just stares at it. She's like, I don't even know, like use my medicine to help people, and then she like kind of stops and just stares at the page for a while. And I think because she's thinking about like so many things simultaneously right now with the case and the rose, and now Edison's saying he's taking time off to help with this part that's not even part of the case. She's gonna try and just clear a lot of that like pew 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 and sit down and picture like doing one of her meditation exercises. She's gonna sit down and try and picture like the wellspring and somewhere that's quiet.
Nice.
And just literally clear her head and try and fill it with that instead for a little while, because she doesn't know like what to do with all of this like bubbling stuff. So I think that's what I'll spend most of my watch doing.
All right. Cool. And then Eleonora. Anything after your watch?
I can't think of anything particular besides her usual. I think she's sketching a lot, and there's a lot of sketches of like Julian and also of Alexander. Like Alexander's on her mind a little bit more tonight because of the information we found out, and I think like there was a part of her that felt like maybe there was some sort of manipulation of a situation going on with that night where she got kicked out and almost died. But reading that makes her wonder if it was actually like a setup situation to get Alexander's to a certain place. And then get her out of the way at the same time. So just like it feels like she's just sort of like absently like sort of like drawing her brother and like thinking about connections and like how like the implications of everything, I guess.
Cool. Sounds good. So, as you all rest and wait, do your watches, Winnie, you're begin your rest after your watch, and you find yourself kind of within the gardens around the Dalmane Temple here in Heaven's Reach. It's a very similar feeling, a little more like dream state feeling to you, as the city seems like it's completely drowned out. There's no city around this, from what you can tell. But you have all these little creatures kind of flying up to you or appearing, little like creatures like blinking into existence in front of you and like walking a little bit and then blinking away as you're walking these paths. Strange looking plants around you, pixies flying by, and you just feel this kind of cool breeze washing over you as you walk, very calming, and you just feel a general sense of acceptance
Very nice.
as you walk through, and peace.
Cool.
And that's what you wake up with.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
That is where we're going to end
Exciting.
tonight's session, as everyone begins to wake up the next morning on the 3rd day of the month. And
So warm and full.
we will see where things go from here, as they all seem to be pushing towards some sort of big adventure, while also potentially making something very upset in the process.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Oh boy.
So, you can join us next week as we continue the story of the Horde Hunters and what's going to happen next. But yeah, we're going to end the recording and then we'll raid somebody. So, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Love and appreciate you all. Goodbye.